Crash Course DM.
Welcome to Crash Course DM's Daggerheart one-shot. I'm Josh Greenway, one of a group of Daggerheart newbies and the alphabetical middle child of the group. Today is our one-shot playtest of Daggerheart Sablewood Messengers. Joining me is our adventure party with Chris.
Hi, I'm Chris Elfiger. I play the character of Aara Silverman. Aara is a wild-born fairy sorcerer. She is very calm, collected, and magical, but she wasn't always like that. She used to have these outbursts of magical energy. She's since gotten under control, for the most part.
Awesome. And then we have Shay.
Hi everybody, Shay Ingram here. I'll be playing Croaks Mizzlequill, a previous mousefolk turned Ribbet, underborn Ribbet wizard. Croaks is still on the search for his missing brother, who went missing when he was a child, a little tyke. And Croaks would describe himself as kind of an amiable fellow. He wants to help people. He's just a good guy all around. At least he tries to be.
Love that for him. And then Kyle Kane.
I am Kyle Kane. I'm playing Max Gladwell, a loreborn Ribbet guardian.
Excellent. And he's feeling great.
And I'm feeling great. Perfect. I missed it.
And while Kyle continues drawing on the table, we have Daniel Locke.
Hi, my name is Daniel Locke. I play Marlowe Fairwind, a loreborn elf sorcerer. She is the confidant to the king who worked in solving kingdom problems, but secretly wishes not to have to deal with it half the time.
Nice. Marlow is the tallest today, so congratulations, Dan.
I tower over everyone.
Okay, we are playing the open beta of Daggerheart, the Sablewood Messengers adventure. Quick disclaimer at the top, this is all open beta content. It will change before it goes to market, because that's how this shit works. With that being a thing, we're going to jump into the adventure and try to play through it today, and at the end, we're going to debrief on how we felt about it from a game master and player perspective. And I'm probably be leaning a little bit extra hard on my other game master buddies here, Chris and Daniel, to help keep me on top of some of these fun Daggerheart rules. And with that, we're going to kick into our adventure. So, when last we left you in the Zero session, you had taken off through the woods, having joined together to agree to deliver this package. And as you've ridden through the forest, evening descends, and your party finally makes it to the Sablewood proper, a sprawling forest of colossal trees that some say are even older than the Forgotten Gods themselves. It's a place renowned for two things: its sunken pathways that provide the trade routes for many traveling merchants, and its unique hybrid animals, not something this group would have any experience with. Even now, from within your carriage, you can hear the strange sounds, the bird calls of the lark moths, the croak of the lemur toads, the sittering, because that's a word, of a family of fox bats in the underbrush. One of you is driving the carriage. Who is it? Do we want to roll for driveys?
Ooh, yeah.
Okay.
I'll roll a d4 for driveys, and you guys can roll different dice, and we can see who wins.
Everybody just roll a different dice.
And just roll it and see what happens.
I will... Oh, there's 4 of us, so I'll roll a d4 too. I'll roll it on here.
I rolled a 1.
It doesn't tell me what I rolled. Why does it tell me what I rolled?
3.
Sorry, Kyle here is just drawing a very detailed picture of Max Gladwell.
Okay, so we got a 1 and 2 3s.
Why can't I just take that? This isn't working.
Computers failed us.
I got a 3.
All right.
Okay, so we have 3 3s. Let's do another roll off.
Wait, no, I got a 1, so that means I'm driving then.
Okay, let's do it.
Oh,
That's
great.
Fine. All right, so Marlowe, who wanted to drive the least, is now driving.
Like, damn it.
Marlowe, you have noticed something unique about the look of the trees here in the Sablewood. What is it?
The trees look like they are scarred with magic. Like, you can see crackings going up of red mana exuding out, while the trees themselves have like this burnt black area around where the mana is leaking
It's
from.
almost like this ethereal sap that seems to be like leaking out and up of the trees that grows up from them, from the ground, and They almost add like a glow to the forest.
Ethereal sap.
Was my band name in college.
As your steeds pull the carriage around a tight corner, one wheel coming up off of the ground just for a moment, you see an overturned merchant's cart laying sideways in the path before you, blocking your way. There's a scattering of fruits and vegetables all over the trail, and from the side of the carriage steps a Strix wolf, a large creature with the body of a wolf, the face of an owl, and very large wings adorning its back. It finishes chewing its meal, the hand of the dead merchant, as it stares at you, curious, trying to judge whether you're friend or foe. Then you see, following clumsily behind, two small little pups watching their mother cautiously. From within, the rest of you feel the carriage come to a stop. What would you like to do?
I go ahead and like knock on the back of the carriage. Is like, hey, we have a problem up ahead. It seems to be monsters.
Monsters. I like to just carefully lean out the window and see. Oh, yeah. I don't know that I've ever seen these before. It's like a wolf and an owl. Wings. They're eating people.
Well, those are two creatures I wouldn't have wanted to run into in my own form. I'll tell you that much right now.
I don't think any of us would like to run into these at all. Do they look aggressive?
That's a good question. Let's make an instinct check.
Roll your duality dice.
Oh, that's right. So
Yeah, so this is our first roll of the game. The way that Daggerheart's going to work is we're going to roll, you've each got 2 colored die for your D12s, and you're going to roll both of them, one representing hope, one representing fear. And you're going to let me know as you roll sort of what your score is. And if the hope die is higher, you'll say you've rolled with hope, and you can take a hope. And if you roll with fear, then I will take a fear token to use, and I'll have an opportunity to use a GM move if the fear die ends up being higher that you roll.
Yep, and then just as added note to the mechanics of the game, similar to D&D, you can add your instinct modifier, and if for any reason you believe one of your experiences would aid you in this and you wish to use it, you can use a hope to invoke one of your experiences and add that modifier. Also, lastly, as a last hope mechanic, if anyone else wants to help Aara do this role or help them perceive, you can narrate how you do so, and then you can give inspiration or advantage to Aara in this instinct check. Advantage works by adding a d6 instead of adding another 12 or d20 in this.
And if more than one of you wants to help, you'll each roll a d6 and take the highest score of the help die, if you will, and add the highest one.
gotcha. Okay.
So with that being said,
Making an instinct, you said?
yes.
Ooh, I'm good at those.
I'll just throw out as a wizard. I have something called strange patterns where I choose a number between 1 and 12, and anytime I roll that on a duality die, I gain a hope or clear. So my number will be 7. I'm saying that out loud to keep myself honest.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
And I'm going to write it on the board here so to keep it honest too.
I rolled a 15 with fear.
15 with fear. Ooh, I get to take a fear token. They're pennies, you guys. I'm using
Mm.
fear token.
Penny.
All right, cool.
Oh, that's what these dimes are for.
These are
Yeah, I
hope.
have some dimes there for you for hope. So
I think we each get 2 of them.
I thought these were going to be our action trackers. Anyways, that's jumping ahead.
Well, that can be that too.
So there is a hope tracker in the on
Yeah,
the,
you
on
can
the
use a
page
hope
too as
tracker in the
well.
app too,
It says 2 of 5. Does that mean we can never have more than 5 hope
Correct.
at a time?
yeah,
Okay.
there's a limit on hope.
Okay.
For those who are listening, we are using the demi-plane character sheets. So you can make your characters on there at home if you want to make your own game.
Yeah, it definitely simplifies managing a lot of this. So you were checking to see if you could figure out what the bird's vibe was, right, or what it's doing.
Yeah, like if they look
Strix wolf.
aggressive, what's the whole deal here?
It's definitely wary. It doesn't seem overtly aggressive to you. It's from what you see, it's kind of like eating a little bit here and there, but mostly standing guard so that the pups can go pick through the remains of the wagon.
Is there any way of going around?
There is not. It's like dead center, middle of the path. It's all kind of blocking your way.
I think if we want to progress forward, we should scare them away. Somehow. But it has pups.
Aren't frogs like the natural enemy to like wolves?
We can be.
Okay, perfect.
Hey, this might be a good learning opportunity for me. Max, what would you usually do to scare off a creature like this?
Well, we could dance.
I mean, that sounds silly, guys, but I have seen him dance, and it's pretty incredible.
Well, I mean, I've only seen those dancings within like high galas and balls, so please demonstrate the dance of the frog for me.
In the wagon?
No, to scare off the wolves, my dear sir.
Right. Okay.
Max, you're going to make a roll for presence.
Oh, real quick. I have a spell called Rune Ward. I have a deeply personal token or trinket that can be infused with protective magic and held as a ward by you or an ally. This ward is going to be a small fabric pouch that has like some kind of sand in it that I got a long time ago. And it was given to me by someone who matters. And when the holder of the ward takes damage, they can spend a hope to reduce it by 1d8. So I'm going to hand this to you as you go out to do your dancing.
Wait, what is it?
Fingers.
It's just a little like fabric bag of sand, but it's my rune ward.
So what color is the bag?
It is going to be yellow and green, kind of like mottled. It almost looks moldy.
Nice.
I'm wondering, since you're praying mantis size, how small is this bag?
I'm not like tiny.
Okay.
I'm humanoid. Like we're all humanoid in nature. So I would say that I'm probably like 3.5 feet tall.
Okay.
Just a little bit more than an Adrian.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Very
I was
short.
thinking, like bug size.
It's
Okay.
not like this. It's like a normal bag.
Just trying to take this
Yeah, it's
thing.
not Kung Fu Panda. This is like
I broke it.
yeah.
No.
This is like Starship Trooper. No I'm kidding.
It's normal.
Okay. Thanks for the bag.
Okay, so you have like a stress bag that you can use to reduce damage. So you'd like to make a presence check for me, so you can like perform to. You're trying to like do a scary dance, or like also tell us what you're doing, like vibe wise, with this dance as you roll.
Vibe wise.
Yeah.
Okay, and I am an exquisite dancer, so do I just add one to
Is
that
that your
roll?
+1 for your experience?
It
Oh
is.
yes, absolutely.
It is.
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay, so presence.
Rolled a 20 with hope.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Does that include all of his
Yep.
presence and his
The plus
dan-
one.
dancer one?
Oh, and one more. That'd be 21. Yeah, sorry about that.
So describe your approach and your dance.
So, as a loreborn, I know in the annals of the library, I came across a intimidating dance that's effective on wolves, and so I'm going to do that. It's you stomp your feet, and I've got long, spindly legs, so I put one out in front of the other, make some loud stomping noises, and then I'm clicking my axe and my shield.
I'm going to take notes from the carriage.
So as you do this, like, and there's no music either. It's just him like dancing and stomping like outside. So there's just like a bunch of like loud thudding noises, and the mother Strixwolf becomes very alarmed at your approach and just starts gathering her pups and backs them away into the woods. And so you've now scared them away from the cart, and they're gone.
Just stomp the yard and just coming in.
Yeah, you stomp the yard.
And then I end with I just like whip my tongue out as the final move, and it like makes a whip crack sound.
Nice. Yeah.
Wow.
On the whip crack sound from the tongue, they just spook and book it into the woods, and they're gone.
And that's how it's done.
Really incredible. Wow.
Those in the high court should learn a thing or two from you. Now that
I agree.
Thank you, Max. Maybe if you have an opportunity, please come and teach us. But you've scared them off. We might as well check the cart. Maybe they have some valuables or something that can aid us on our journey.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. Like to hop out of the cart and go take a look.
Hop.
I will stay in the driver's seat. I still have to keep an eye on the king's package.
What? Alrighty. So Marlowe stays behind to touch the king's package.
I'm
Her
keeping an
eyes-
eye
with her
on
eyes.
my eyes, yes.
And you all go to search the cart, and you can, as you walk up, you see that the driver is super dead, mangled arm, most of the flesh just stripped off of it, and they've been picked over by the Strixwolves pretty badly.
Are they dead?
go ahead and make a let's make either a instinct or a knowledge check. Let's do instinct, yeah, for like a perception type deal for everybody that's going up to the cart.
I'll go.
If you want to go, yeah.
I'll
Or you
go.
can hang out with me in the package.
I'm definitely going now.
Okay.
So I got a 8, but I rolled the same number on both my hope and my fear.
Ooh, critical.
That's a critical success. Nice.
Critted.
I rolled a 21 with fear. Another fear.
Take that fear token, DM.
What was your score?
16 with fear.
Okay, cool. So we got a 1 critical success, and then a 16 with fear, and a 21 with fear.
And I was just looking for flies around the corpses so I could try to eat those. Checking the bodies.
Okay, so we'll start with the guy that is eating the flies around the corpses. You see as you approach the corpse to get some flies that the driver has had his neck slit. Now, as you are looking at the cart and doing an investigation check, Croaks, you notice that there are there's a thorny bramble that appears to have been tangled around the wheel of the carriage and strewn across the road, like there was some kind of trap laying.
Mm.
Is everything okay?
Well, interestingly enough, it looks like maybe somebody had set this poor fellow up. It looks like he was a trap set out. His neck's slit.
And then Croaks, you almost feel your mouse self for a second. You have this phantom motion, feeling of the hairs on the back of your neck standing up, and you hear the sounds of branches snapping. And you turn to see that there are 4 figures that are trying to sneak through the brush to attempt to get a jump on your party. And it appears that this cart has been a distraction, but their plan didn't work.
Everyone look out! They're sneaking up on us.
So I'm going to set up an action tracker. You guys just
Oh, right
avoided
into it.
you avoided an unfortunate ambush there
Whew.
just now. So
Good time for a critical.
Good
Would
job.
be a fortunate
Huh?
ambush.
Do I get a hope for that too, or no?
you don't.
Anytime you
you
ro-
do, I'm pretty sure.
Anytime you roll with hope, your hope dice is higher, you generate a hope for yourself.
No, but he critted, so they're even.
You
so I
know,
think
then
he's-
you get a hope, and then you also clear a stress.
Okay.
So we are in our first encounter here. You stand at the ready, having spotted them before they could ambush you. So you're all going to get to act first. And who would like to start us off?
Oh, that's right. Because there's no initiative in this, right? We kind of just like.
That's right. And the other thing I'll say is that Marlow, you know that these are thistle folk bandits. So these are known to the area as a sort of ne'er-do-wells.
Can you describe what race are they, or what do they look like?
Yeah, they're actually all ribbets.
Oh,
Oh, wait,
okay.
they're not all ribbets. Sorry, it looks like one of them is a sort of more humanoid figure. But I've already said it, so now they're all ribbets.
Oh, okay.
No. Max, do you know them?
Max,
What?
Max, pay attention.
The Ribbets. Ribbets attacking us. Do you know them?
I don't know. I was eating flies. I can't see them. Can I see them?
You can, yeah. You all have a surprise round ahead of them.
Oh. Do I know them?
If you want to see if you know them, you can make a knowledge check and see if you can recall whether or not you know these frogs.
Okay. 15 with hope.
Ooh, a 15 with hope. Okay, so yeah, go ahead and take a hope. And you recognize a couple of them. One of them is a very well-known thief who is particularly good at stealing wagons. And then the other one that you know is kind of just a tough thug who is just kind of he's muscle for usually collecting bribes and stuff like that, but he's been known to contract out to do some murder work.
That's wagon thief Warl. Tough Tony.
Oh, I think you told me about them at the tavern.
I did.
Oh no.
My dancing must have drew them in.
You hear Warl from the background. Yeah, we know you're dancing anywhere, Max. We're gonna get you this time.
God,
Fantastic.
your dancing brought them in. Wonderful. Oh my God. Okay. So
So that is as we're tracking action as well. I'll do that on. Well, I kind of want to do it somewhere visually. So I'm just gonna give you guys a bunch of nickels, and maybe you can track your actions.
we
for
got
me.
dimes here. Want to just throw them center?
They're using those for hope. I don't want to mix up. I don't mix currencies.
And then when you said I just gained a hope because I rolled with hope, do I go to 3 or
Yep,
5?
you add up there. Yeah, give me that
Action.
nickels. Yeah.
Action. Here.
All right. So while we're deviling out tokens and nickels, for those listening at home, what happens right now, instead of having like an initiative system where everyone rolls to take turns, the players get to do as many actions as they want to do until one of them rolls a fear on their action roll. When that happens, the play passes to the DM, and they can use whatever action tokens we threw in the center to activate the monsters to attack and or use fear dice to use special abilities. Once he's used up all his action tokens or his fear, he can pass it back to us. The DM has special uses for fear as well, which you can read about or you'll hear about as we play.
Right.
And this has been another educational minute with Daniel.
Thank you, Daniel.
You're welcome.
I'm going to cast a spell. And how far away are they?
They are far distance from you right now.
Okay.
They're trying to approach to get closer.
All right. What I'm going to do, it doesn't say that this protects anybody else. So I've already given my rune ward over to Max. So I think I'm going to cast a spell. Midnight Spirit. I'm going to spend a hope and summon an arcane spirit the same size as myself.
What does it look like?
I think it looks like me. It's like Dark Link. Like it looks like me, but it's like
Just dark and red eyes.
dark and shadowy, but it's got like some twilight stars in it. It's like looking into a deep space. My midnight spirit, it's got like some wispy magical essence just wafting off of it.
Would you say that you have a dark aura?
Wow.
Crit success. TM gets a fear.
I'm just gonna take all the fear tokens because of that one.
So I have a midnight spirit next to me that I'm going to kind of start sending out towards them.
Nice. Okay, cool. I believe your midnight spirit can move within range of them, right?
It can move up to very far.
Yeah. So they're only a far distance.
Yeah, so it can reach them. But I didn't know, like, am I doing this whole thing right now, or are we kind of taking turns as we go? Like,
You can do whatever you want as long as you're loud enough. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, so that doesn't require any action roll, right, to do it? No spellcasting roll? Okay. So, yeah, so you don't...
well, actually, it does. I can use a spellcast roll to make it attack.
Okay.
To make an attack. So I use a hope, so let's spend that hope.
So if you want, you could actually just create your shadow aura or your dark aura, your dark link, whatever we were calling it, your midnight gospel, and just have it target one of the creatures and make an attack if you still want to. Because technically, because there's no initiative, you can just keep going. Yeah.
I'm gonna go up to Warren. I'm sending my Darklink self over there, and it's gonna like raise its praying mantis arm and try to make an attack. It is going to get. I mean, I have to hit first.
Is he going for one of the tough ambusher types or the thief?
Who was Warren? Which one was that?
Worrell?
The thief.
Worrell, yeah.
The thief.
The thief.
Okay, cool. So you're going for Worrell.
Yeah.
Wagon stealing whirl.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll here.
That'd be cool.
Oh, man. All right. That's a 13 with fear again.
Excellent.
I have not rolled hope once tonight.
But you may still hit him in the face.
It's a 13, though.
It is a 13. Okay. Hold on. Shit. Now I'm trying to figure out how...
What's the
yeah. Sorry.
what's the
that
difficulty
does not
check?
hit the difficulty check on this. So
Okay.
your ethereal praying mantis goes in for a swing and misses the thief by a little bit. And then I am going to spend a fear here and make an attack roll against you. And
Against me or my...
Yes.
against the ethereal.
So once it attacks, it dissipates.
Oh, okay. So it swings and accidentally dissipates a little too soon.
Yeah.
It doesn't quite connect. Okay. Cool. So there's that. And then, well, that sucks because they're not in a...
Oh, wait. No, on a success, then it dissipates. So it's still there.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to spend a fear. It's going to make an attack against it, and it puts a hand on the would-be chest of the ethereal praying mantis humanoid and does a 12 hit.
What does your ethereal thing have an evasion score?
It shares stats with
Okay. Which,
Aara.
Is it just evasion?
yeah.
My evasion is 9.
Okay, cool. So that hits. Your aura is going to get blasted backwards, putting them into far range from their target. And they are going to take 2d8 of damage, which I'm just going to roll in the app because I can't find that. Oh, is that my Google Home freaking out over there? That's good. That's good
It wants
stuff.
to play too. It's very excited for Daggerheart.
Yeah, that was a 12 damage on the, a 12 to hit the, or the damage.
Damage works a little bit differently, right? Because you have the threshold.
Yeah, you're going to have like a threshold. Now, this is
Yeah.
going to be interesting with the ethereal guy here. I don't
Because
know.
it's not attacking me, it's attacking the ethereal. So I'm assuming it just
Does it have
disappears.
armor or anything? Or no?
No,
HP?
it doesn't have any traits.
Okay.
So
Okay. We're going to make a decision right now. Just kind of just puts a hand on it, just and
Yeah.
puffs it away.
great.
Does what its successful attack would have done. So, okay, great. So that is,
Still your turn. You have an action token and whatever fear dice you.
oh, great. Since we've got an action token, what we're going to do is we're actually going to have one of the ambushers here is going to make an attack. So it's going to move in on probably Aara since she did the attack and is going to swipe at her. So okay, that is a 12 to hit.
Yeah, it's going to hit
Okay,
me.
Great. So that's going to do some severe damage.
I'm going to use I am your shield.
No, it's going to do major.
I have. Oh wait, that's for my. I'm sorry. I was reading it for this character and ascribing it to you. My bad. My bad. My bad.
But wait, Max is gonna do what?
I'm going to use I am your shield and take the Marcus stress to stand in your way and take the damage instead.
Oh, my hero.
And then I reduce the damage by value equal to my strength.
Wow.
Well, plus he's holding that thing you gave him, right?
Whoa.
So would that come into effect
How does
here?
that activate?
Wow, this gets complex.
We definitely crunchitize this pretty hard.
So the rune ward, you activate it. You spend a hope to activate it and reduce any damage you take by 1d8. And then it loses its power.
If it hits,
Mm.
Well,
So-
it doesn't lose its... It only loses its power if you roll an 8.
yes.
Oh, okay.
So right now, what's your? You said you use your strength to reduce it. Is that how it works?
Yeah, I use my strength to reduce,
What's
and I
your
get
strength?
a Marcus stress. So I mark the stress. My strength is +3.
So it reduces the damage that would have dealt by 3. So what is it now?
Okay, so the damage is going to be one other thing to note is I'm going to burn a fear to do an additional d6 on the total damage. So
Ooh.
I'm now down to 2 fear.
Okay,
So-
good to know.
That I also want to be transparent about the fear amounts so that you guys just
It's
know
good to be
what to
transparent.
play. Yeah.
Is
So
is that little sack you gave me? Is that last until it's used, or
It's if you hit a D8 on it, if you hit 8 on the dice, then it will disappear.
Yeah. It lasts until then.
is that activated right now?
You have to use
You
your hope.
activate it with a hope.
Oh,
You won't.
If you... Yeah. It takes a hope to use it. And
So-
it reduces any damage by d8.
While Josh is rolling.
so the damage was 11.
So the total damage is 11. So here's what happens for you, Max.
strength is 3, so it's down to 8.
Okay, so it reduces it down to 8. So on top of that now, because this is how the damage calculation works, is that first, if it passes your evasion score, which your evasion, I believe, is 3, or your evasion is
5.
5. Okay, it hits you. Or the hit had already hit. Well,
And my armor's 9.
yeah. So now you can decide if you want to use armor to reduce the amount of damage based off of your armor score. So he rolled 8. You can reduce it by 9, which means that it would go down to -1, and you don't take any stress or HP damage.
You
But-
would just mark an armor point off.
Yep. But if, for instance, you decide to take the 8, it would hit your minor threshold of damage, and you would take 1 HP point. Anything below an 8 is stress, and anything in major is 2 hit points, and then severe is 3 hit points. It's the amount of squares you have down.
You start with 5, and then you could have added some when you leveled up.
Yep.
Just take either one. And what happens if you get full armor slots?
Then you can't use your armor anymore. It breaks essentially.
So do you want to use your armor before you use health points?
Yep.
Okay,
Because
so I'll do that. So one armor slot, and then
Yep.
Mark
That
off an armor
completely
and you
null-
take no damage.
correct.
Awesome. Great. So you have stepped in the way, and the ambusher's dagger glances off of your armor as you step into the way, and no damage done. And so I think that was my last. Do I have one more action tracker or one more?
You have no more
token?
action trackers. You just have your fear
Okay.
tokens, but you can convert fear tokens into actions. if you
Yeah.
need
So
to.
I am going to convert my last. I think it's 2, and I'm going to take an action. And so my last action is going to be the thief is going to make a move toward the cart.
If you don't mind, I just want to check with one more thing. Are you converting 2 fear tokens into 1 action?
Yeah.
Because you can convert 2 fears can be used to activate a special
a
ability.
GM move. Yeah.
But you can actually convert 1 fear into 2 action tokens.
Oh.
So you technically could do 4 actions if you'd like.
Thanks, Daniel.
You're welcome.
I'm going to spend 1 fear token. We're going to get 2 actions out of this, but I'll also not do the exact thing I was going to do because this is more interesting. The thief is going to try to go behind the cart, and he is going to, on his way by, just take a swipe at... he actually doesn't know that... I don't think he'll know that Marlowe's in the wagon still. So, okay. Yeah, he's going to go towards the wagon, and he's on the way by going to swing at Croaks.
All right.
7.
Croaks has an evasion of 8, so he's
Ooh,
good.
he misses.
Croaks evades it. All right.
How does Croaks evade this?
He's a crafty little bugger. He starts figuring out how to use those legs and just hops, jumps right up over the swipe. Boing. Yes.
Great. And then one of the other ambushers is going to come in, and he's going to get right up in Aara's face and do a similar melee attack. 6.
I evaded it, bitch.
Oh, how does Aara evade it?
Aara is like standing in her pose and just moves the head a little bit.
Nice.
Just dodges the head out of the way just a tiny bit.
The only part of her body that moves is the head.
Just as a quick picture, what's happened so far is Aara is about to get like stabbed by like one of the thieves, and then Max jumps in the way, takes the hit with his armor, and then another one just like tries to hit you and just like Bruce Lee shifts your head out of the way.
Max has got to be thinking, maybe I should have just waited.
Maybe she didn't need me after all.
All right. And I'm going to pass action back to our adventure party.
All right, adventure party terms. What would you like to do? Shay?
Can I ask 2 questions?
Yeah.
How does movement work when we're in combat?
Pretty much however you want it to.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we can just okay. And then the domain effects have a symbol on them, which is like a lightning bolt and a number.
Mm-hmm.
Can somebody remind me what that is?
So the domain card, the number indicates the level, and the lightning bolt indicates how you can swap it from your vault. We're probably not going to engage in that, but as you level up, you'll gain new abilities, and your deck can't have as many abilities. So that's what that's for.
Okay, and that is, but you use stresses for that, right?
It's
To swap out.
there's, I think it. I don't remember exactly what resource you use, but
Okay. Well, and I know we're not going to use it, but I'm remembering something from the video, and I think that was it. So thank you. Okay, that's all I needed to know. If you guys don't mind, I would love to. So I'm guessing they're much closer to us now.
Yeah, they're
Because-
all up in your business. Yep.
Both of them.
There are 4 people. 3 of them are around all of you. One of them is the thief is going towards the normal wagon and not the one that was out in the road.
Okay, great. Then I would love to invoke Wild Flame. This is from my Book of Typhar, domain effect. So I make a spellcast roll against up to 3 enemies very close to me. A flame erupts from your hand, dealing 2d6 magic damage to any you succeed against.
bonfire.
Ooh,
Wow.
Yeah, there we go.
Now, I
Okay.
want to run this by the group because that means I have 3 opportunities to roll with fear and fuck up our whole turn. So if anybody else wants to do anything first, go for it.
I want you to just do it. Try to fuck up our turn.
Yeah, just go for it.
Okay. All right. So I don't know the names of the 3 guys, but I'll just go for one of them first.
Okay. Tough Tony and his two buds are the ones that are currently around.
Tough Tony and his two buds. Okay, so I'll go for Tough Tony first. Oh god. Okay, so that's another critical.
Wow.
Wow.
That's an 8, but 2 3s.
You crit twice in one game already.
Yeah.
Real dice. That's where it's at, guys.
I should have brought mine.
So I'll take a hope for that, I think.
Yes, you do.
Yep,
And you clear stress if you had any stress.
I do not.
All right. Make your damage roll.
Okay, I'm just gonna do that one on. Well, is there another 6 I can borrow? Can I steal one of these, Chris?
Yeah, those are, yeah.
Great, thank you.
Chris didn't bring any dice. Those are Josh's.
This is Josh's.
Say thank you to Josh.
No. Oh my god, so that's gonna be 12 damage.
Wow.
To Tough Tony.
Freaking Croaks is on fire tonight.
Murder one of these. Call your shot, man. You take one of these guys out.
So I'm very.
That's Tony. You're taking
That's
Tony.
Tough Tony.
Out, yeah.
I'm very annoyed by the fact that they tried to attack me and my friends, and especially that one of them tried to stab Max. I know they weren't trying to stab Max, but the fact that one of them took his armor, and I get very upset, and I start thinking about my brother,
Mhm.
and so the fire just erupts from my hand and just engulfs Tough Tony.
Wow.
Oh man, yeah. This Ribbet didn't know it was going to end this way, but you immolate him on the spot.
Gosh.
All right.
Insert
That's,
Wilhelm scream here.
All right, that's an action marker. Nice.
Okay.
All
Does this all count as
Yes.
one action, or is it 3? Wild Flame is up to 3 enemies.
No, I think that's one action.
Yep, it's one action roll. So that hits anything.
Oh my god, that's
So that's all 3 of them.
Yeah.
Took 12.
you. Yeah.
Holy
okay.
shit.
So wait, if it's severe damage, they mark off 3 hit points, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you vaporize.
Holy shit.
Crit max damage.
Yeah,
Wow.
so I was just real upset that they went after you guys. I've had so many stories about you and you sound like a dick.
Awesome. Yeah. So you vaporize Tough Tony and his 2 buds.
Guess Tough Tony wasn't that tough.
They're gonna hear this story back at home. That's for sure.
All right. Right.
So
So that
wait,
was
what's left? Hold on. So we
You have one thief left who is going for the wagon.
okay. Seeing him run over to the wagon, I signal to Max and I give him like a baseball sign and just tell him to come over and let's do a tag team roll.
I read you.
Okay. So the way this works is each player can choose 1 time per session, okay, to spend 3 hope and initiate it. Oh, wait, I don't have enough hope. I lied. I'm never going to do that. I'll do that later. It's a cool thing. I keep forgetting that happens.
Next time.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z. Never mind. I'm just like, Max, help me. Oh, I'm not. I can't hope enough.
never mind.
I lied. Yeah.
I'll just give you a wink.
Okay, cool. Thank you for the wink. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and be like, I see him running in. I'm just gonna take my dual staff and just smack him with my staff blast, push him back.
Are you so you're driving the wagon? So yeah, he comes up. You smack him with it. Make it roll for attack.
Yep. I roll with instinct. +3. That's 15 with hope. So I'll take hope. Now I can do the tag team.
Yeah. Okay. You whomp Warl pretty good in the stomach there as you hit him. You said there was a 15.
15 to hit. Not damage.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. 15. Yeah, that definitely hits.
Okay. Damage was 14.
Whoa.
Yeah, that was
Wow.
actually pretty high. Yeah, it's 2d8 plus 2. Is
Okay. Yeah.
he still alive?
Yeah. You get him in the stomach pretty hard, and he coughs up a bunch of blood. He's like, what you do? Oh my god.
Is he still
He's
alive?
just sick, but he's still alive. Yeah.
Oh wait, tag team 9. All right, so now we can do the tag team roll because I have 3 hope. So I burn 3 hope and I initiate a tag team move with another player character. And when I do this, we work with our partner to describe how we 2 characters combine our action in a unique way and exciting way, specifically. And both of you and your partner make separate action rolls. But before resolving the roll's outcome, choose one of them to apply for both of your results. So we both make an action roll.
With a weapon or?
Yeah, I guess we're making an attack.
Yeah, it just depends on what you're doing. But yeah, I think what you're doing right now is just making an action roll at all to determine.
So I rolled 15 with fear. Go ahead and roll your attack. What'd you get?
26 with fear.
Okay, I think we should use your dice, obviously. Okay, to hit. And then essentially when we do this, we can choose the result that's higher. Okay, essentially giving us advantage. So we choose
Okay,
26
yeah,
if that's
that
okay.
hit.
Does that hit? Okay. All right.
Wait,
because that
Kyle,
hits.
was that 2 12s or a 12 and 11?
Oh, 11 and a 12,
Oh, okay.
but then +3 with
Okay.
one of them.
Sorry.
Just trying to make sure there wasn't a third crit.
Ah.
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
Okay, so 26 hits.
So
And I'm going to take a fear token.
Yeah. And I think the way this works, because I don't have the full page on me, is that we both roll our damage dice and then we combine them. And then whatever that is how it works. But as far as how this happens, is I signal you to come over and I cast a spell on you, invoking you the ability to fly. All right. And I tell you to grab him from behind and just do like a crazy like wrestler move on him in the air. Fly,
Okay.
and you're strong. What do you do to him?
And okay. I guess I'm gonna springboard with my skinny legs and just launch into the air and then swan dive right behind him. He's confused. He's looking around. I just Heimlich him and then springboard again.
So I'm going to burn 2 fear real quick.
Okay.
And we're going to introduce a GM action.
Sure.
And this thief senses you behind him. Warg's like, not you. I heard you dancing coming all the way up here. And so he's going to try to get you to back off. So he's going to make an attack roll and see if he can. So he turns to try to put a hand on your chest and does a 17 hit.
I
Oh,
think
yeah.
that hits. Yeah, I'm
Okay,
pretty
great.
sure.
Yeah, so he spins as soon as you go fly to try to grab at him, and he puts a hand, it just like drives his hand into your chest super, super hard, and you go flying backwards, and you are going to take.
Wait, did we hit him?
I used a fear to execute a GM move because you both
Oh.
rolled with fear on this.
We got GM'd. Okay.
Yeah, so and you take 4 damage.
So
Or well, it's a 4, so you don't take 4 damage.
Okay.
Sorry, it's a whatever that is just a 4 to hit, or not to hit, but for whatever the damage threshold is for you.
And just to confirm, like whenever you say like does it hit, that basically means does it exceed your evasion
Yeah,
plus
exactly.
armor if
Mhm.
if you want to use your armor.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you just get an extra stress.
So you take a stress.
So if it doesn't reach your minor, then you just get a stress instead.
Right.
Cool.
Unless he negates it to less than 0 or below, then he doesn't take it.
Would I lose the stress?
No. Clear stress through potions or by doing downtime activities.
So I've done my GM move. I ruined your thing, and I burned both of my fear tokens. Did I do that wrong?
Damn.
Just cock
Oh.
blocked us so hard.
No, but Daniel did waste 3 hope for that.
Yeah. All right, everyone at home. This is exactly how you're supposed to use your fear to cockblock your players' cool moments.
Sorry, that was mean. That was mean.
No, but thematically it's really good.
It is.
right? Like
He saw it coming and he put a hand out and
Yeah.
stopped it.
No, for sure. I think it works out real
Yeah.
well. All right, so now it's back to us.
Yes.
Well, if you're using the 2 to invoke a GM move, you actually can take other turns. So you still have the 2 action tokens.
Oh, I didn't know that I had those many. Okay, yeah.
well,
So
plus you both rolled with fear.
Yeah, we
so
both
wouldn't it
rolled with
switch over
fear.
to
So
him
you get
anyway?
1 fear from us as well because we
well,
choose
yeah,
this.
that fear is what I was.
okay.
I got that and cashed it in with my
Gotcha.
second one to do the GM move. So if I've got the actions now,
Mhm.
we're gonna. Oh, I can't do the same move anymore. So he's just gonna swing at Marlowe on the wagon.
Yeah. And each enemy can only move once per action tracker unless they have like a special ability.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, that's a nat 1. Okay. I don't have any. Okay. Well, that sucks.
Fucked up my cool moment.
Yeah. He was like gets so excited about like throwing Max across the way that he's like, I can't believe that, and swings and misses wildly on Marlowe. He's gonna use his second action. Does a 18 hit?
18 does.
18 hits. Okay, cool. He is feeling desperate. So, oh, that's not a D8. That doesn't. No, never mind. Sorry.
Wait, is he attacking me twice
Yeah.
or is it a
Well,
different
this
person?
is his second act. The second.
So I believe the action tracker, the way it works is that like each
Oh,
enemy
you're
can
right.
only do
Each
one.
enemy only gets one. So he
Yeah.
never mind. He swung once. He whiffs it, and
And
then
you
that's
just lose
I
that.
have to hand actions back because
Yep.
there's nobody else left. burning stuff. There's one action token, but I can't use it right now because the only enemy that I have left is
Also, I
already
think-
out.
Oh, and it wouldn't make sense for you to bank them because
I don't think you can.
Well, no, they stay. They
They
stay
do stay?
there.
Okay.
Yeah, so you all still have one action token that if for some reason a bunch of enemies show up again, I can potentially use it if I have another. But right, this is not a situation that's designed for this person to last longer.
got it.
Cool.
So I'm just like, man, my super move didn't work, and I'm just very depressed in the cart. So I'm just like, I'm just gonna poke him with my staff and just call it a day. All right, I'm gonna blast him with my staff, just like kind of tickle his nose. 16 with hope. Yay. Does that hit?
Yeah, that hits.
Right. My tag team GM. All right. That is a 10. Damn.
Call your shot.
I'm just like so sad that like this cool move that I've been working with Max on the side because we're both really into wrestling just did not work out. You know, I don't have anyone to talk to in the upper courts about wrestling. It's just considered like a lower style of entertainment. So he just is like, poke, and then you explode.
Laurel is just like laughing super hard, like, ha, I ruined your stupid wrestling move.
In a whirl of hurt.
Oh.
You've been waiting to say that for so long. That's exciting.
Since I met him.
And so you have defeated the ambush of the would-be assailants that wanted to take your cart.
I'd like to finish searching the cart then.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to check on the pack.
All right, great. So the package is fine. It is unassaulted. Nobody got anywhere close to it. Let's find a Daggerheart dungeon or treasure table here.
Is there one?
I don't know. If they're going to be inspecting this card, I feel like we got to find some shit here.
Okay, let's
So-
find some shit. We're going off the quick start adventure.
Whoa.
Yeah, or at the very least, I want to inspect the. Well, I guess anything they had, I burned.
Yeah, you just set the
Yeah,
whole place on
you
fire.
definitely
Oh.
a little too hard, maybe. So
We can try to find something from Worrell, but he kind of like, I assume all of his stuff went everywhere when he exploded.
Just
Yeah.
ash
Oh,
and
that's
dust.
very true. So
not even exploded. I just Thanos snapped him. I'm like dust.
Oh, he just vanished.
So let's make
I
like
don't
an
feel so
instincts
good.
check here to investigate the cart, see what kind of stuff you find.
Okay. That is a 10 with hope. Or sorry, a 12 with hope.
I got a 6 with hope.
6 with hope, 12 with hope. Okay, cool. You find a pair of old manacles, like the handcuffs Aara does, and then Croaks, you find a health potion if you want to restore your hit points with it.
Oh, cool.
I'm going to keep the mechanics of that simple, just given the way the structure of the game works. But also, huge shout out to old Dagger Farts on the Daggerheart subreddit for this table just now.
Go Dagger farts.
All right.
Is this a minor health potion? Or
Yeah.
just a regular?
It's a minor health potion.
I found some manacles. We may be able to use these later.
Kinky.
No, for hostages.
Right.
What are you thinking?
Okay, so
I'm not there.
These frogs, I swear.
you all loot the Ribbet ambushers and thief, and you continue your journey on. You kind of clear the cart out of the way and get the tilted over one out of the way. The path leads you further into the forest until you finally spot a large stone pillar and carved top to bottom in ancient dwarven symbols. It denotes one corner of the peaceful village of Hush, your destination in the Sablewood. When you pass beyond the stone marker, you feel a small sensation like the pop of a bubble. Then the sounds of friendly chatter become louder. You can kind of hear people talking, and this is clearly like a more populated area. The trees of the Sablewood are unchanged. There's like a distinct, safe, and comforting air about the place. There are a few smiling faces that turn to you as your carriage rolls in. You enter the town proper. People wave or cast warm greetings towards the party, and there's lively music drifting in your direction from the tavern at the center of town. You know you need to find the Whitefire Arcanist to deliver the package from the king, but what would you like to do?
Well, I know we've got a mission here, but I really try to make it, my own personal goal to visit a tavern in every city I go to.
Okay. I mean, I'm not going to stop you, Croaks, from visiting the tavern, but while you're there, would you mind asking about the Whitefire Arcanist?
I was hoping we go together. I don't really want to go alone. It's fine. It's fine. No, it's
yes,
fine.
I'll go with you as long as someone's willing to. As long as someone's willing to keep an eye on the package and make sure it doesn't go awry. Actually, our DM has walked off for a minute, so we're gonna go ahead and make a bit of chatter regarding what we might want to order. Though we might want to get our orders down first. That way, when we walk in, we're not just standing around too long, wasting the waiter's time.
Well, what if they have specials? How are you going to make a choice before you even know what's on the menu?
At least have an idea, a plan B, in case the special isn't to your choice. I hate going in and the waiter's there watching us and we're still looking through the menu.
The Clover Tavern is a sight to behold, with 6 curving stories climbing the trunk of an ancient tree. This is the heart of the community. Always crowded with music and good-natured conversation, newcomers to the bar must take off their shoes and hang them over a line that stretches across the bar's ground floor. Inevitably, by the time visitors leave, their shoes will be shined and filled with small trinkets. And as you enter, what would you like to do?
Well, I'm going to take my shoes off and put them on the line.
I was thinking I would probably hang back with the pack.
Nice. Okay, so Croaks, as you go to hang your shoes on the line, Fidget, a wild-born human, approaches. It's a young child, just super wiggly. They can't seem to sit still. You could see where they probably got their name from, and they seem very interested in helping you with your shoes. They're like, hello, sir. Can we help you? Oh my gosh, you're gonna put your shoes in the line. We love when people put their shoes in the line. Can I have I'll help you put your shoes in the line. And he's just like gesturing, like he really wants to be involved with like putting your shoes through the little conveyor thing.
Croaks, let the young child put your shoes on the line.
Oh, all right, little guy. I'm not quite sure how you're going to reach, but you know what? If you seem eager, go for it.
And so he like takes your shoes and ties them together and like with practiced expertise, just like swings them twice around his back, flips them up, and they just go sailing through the air and land perfectly stretched out across the line.
It was really impressive.
Kind of a pro.
Got a good arm, kid.
And he gets really freaking excited at the praise and runs off to tell his friends about it.
I guess we'll hang our own shoes.
I guess so.
This job's done.
20 attempts later.
Taking off my shoes and hanging them up, I guess.
Yeah, so you spend 17 minutes trying to get your shoes up onto the line. But you get it, and it's just as good as when Fidget did it.
Good job, mate. I knew you'd get there eventually.
Thanks.
The floors of the tavern all vary. Like the first floor is like a very fancy reception area. They've got the little shoe conveyor, and then there are some like very inviting desks with a lot of fancy plants. But the second floor, how does it look so wildly different to the first? You know, like what, maybe there's like a smell that permeates the air. There's a different theme. Maybe there's some kind of unique custom that people participate in when you enter the room. Talk to me about when you get to the second floor of the bar.
It's a foot spa. Just doing pedicures up there. That's why everyone throws their shoes up onto the strings.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. So you get on the foot spa conveyor. The air smells of eucalyptus, and it's got like a little thing where they'll clean your feet for you and stuff.
Very good into feet hygiene here.
And there is a Loreborn Clank, which is sort of like a humanoid robot that's on this floor. He has a series of small scratches across his shoulder, and there's a fox bat that's very kind of alert but friendly, hanging out. This is clearly a well-worn area that it frequently rests on. And this Clank, he's playing some kind of game that uses like cards and acorns, and he's just sort of like just like trying to pass the time a little bit while there's not maybe a ton of people on this floor. People tend to go up pretty quickly from the foot spa. He sees you all already dressed. He kind of stops what he's doing for a second, and you know what? He's playing marbles.
Oh,
That's
perfect.
what he's doing.
Oh.
He's playing marbles by himself, and he sees you all there. The foxbat kind of alerts him to your approach, and he sees you all. He's like, "Oh, I haven't seen an Olsen here in a while. How can I help you? You looking for the third floor?"
Well, we were, but what are you doing over there?
This is the time-honored tradition of marbles.
You don't say.
You look like you've tossed a marble or two in your time.
Well, what can I say?
Do you want to throw down right now? We could play a game maybe for keeps.
Fairwind behind you, just like antsy with like a bag shaking. It's like I have a job to do, but I'm like,
Marlowe, I think we should maybe take a little break from the mission.
King wanted us to complete this package delivery first. We have to find the Arcanist.
I mean, we'll do it. We'll do it. But did the king specifically say don't stop and play a game of marbles along the way?
You could win one of the limited first Most Festival marbles if you could beat me today. I assume you're all in town for the first Most Festival.
Do we know anything about the first Moss Festival? Is that something we've heard of before?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's fairly well known. This is the time of the year when new crops in the sunless farms have their kind of first layer of moss that start growing on them. And this means that they're beginning to ripen and that harvest season is going to be coming soon. So it's a huge celebration of like the arrival of spring, and there's going to be like an abundance of like fresh fruits and vegetables pretty soon in the town. So they're all pretty amped about this. It's the non-famine time of year, shall we say.
Marlowe just puts a hand on Croak's shoulders, like, the first Moss exclusive marble. It's got insane impact, but also intense grip.
There is a very good-natured like marble competition for it, and then there's also other stuff like stone painting, and then there's like a marketplace full of everybody's cricket things that they're selling. So
Oh yeah, I think I'd definitely go throw down for like a good minute trying to win the exclusive marble.
awesome. Let's do some rolls to see who else playing marbles against the Clank.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, and this is Halcyon Fives, by the way. That is his name. I'm Halcyon. Nice to meet you all. Yeah, let's throw down. Let's toss some marbles and see what's up.
All right.
And so for this, let's do like a finesse check.
Ooh.
Okay.
Gonna sneak on. I'm gonna find like a manicure. I'm gonna soak my eggs. In the meantime.
Oh, you're looking for the egg soaker. I got you, mate. And the Halcyon turns around and grabs what is clearly a foot spa that's just been painted a different color. Well, yeah, toss them in here and we'll put them on the conveyor for you. And he just hands you a little like box to put your eggs in that's full of warm water.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, I am. Marlowe Fairwind jumps in to play some marbles, and she's going to use a hope for calm under pressure and takes out like a 25-pound plate and puts it on her head to get ready to play.
Oh, we're playing with plates. All right. Is that sort of a game? And he also gets a 25-pound plate out and puts it on his head.
Do you have to spend a hope to use an experience?
Yes.
Oh.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
That is 16 with fear.
16 with fear.
And
Okay.
Then I got a 21 with fear.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so you both definitely beat the Clank. He rolled a 7. So you beat him handily, and you each walk away with one of the limited edition First Moss marbles. So you have that for your collections.
I use one of my blue eyes white marble and just throw down.
Yeah, call your shots. Tell me what your winning stuff looks like.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a blue eyes white boulder size marble that Marlowe always chooses to go to. Mm-hmm. It's not the most effective marble, but it's got a lot of flair, and she really likes bragging about it when she gets the opportunity.
Okay.
Mine is like a deep purple tronc that I really cherish, but I was nervous. I wasn't going to win, and that I was going to like make a fool of myself in front of Marlowe, which is why I rolled with fear. It's the fear of embarrassment.
Yeah, makes sense. That fear of embarrassment gets you for a second, but you both definitely well outdo Halcyon Fives here at marbles. He maybe talks a big game. And during your
This is the JRPG segment where you meet him and he's like, oh yeah, but if you go out to other towns, there's other Halcyon 6s around, and they also will challenge you to a game of marbles. Now collect them all.
Next, you have to get your second stone marble. So yeah, you trounce him at marbles, and then he's like, well, you don't seem to be here for the first Most Festival. What are you folks looking for exactly? You just come here to warm your eggs?
Oh, no, that's Max, although we are trying to help him hatch those at some point, but first we need to find the Whitefire Arcanist. We believe she should be residing somewhere near this town, as we need her assistance.
Oh, aye. Why didn't you say so? That's fine. I could help you with that. That's no problem.
Oh.
Yeah, they're actually here in the building.
Oh, really? Where?
They're pretty busy, but you've traveled quite a way, so I'm sure she'll be quite hospitable to interruption. Truth be told, we'd be lost without her. She's, she keeps the whole place under a powerful ward so that none of the dangers can get in. I don't know if you heard the bubble pop when you walked into town, but that's her fancy doing. So you can find her at the top of the... Oh, I thought she was in the building. Just kidding. I remembered. She's at home today. She's got a house...
Oh.
South through the farmlands. It's hanging from one of the old Sablewood trees. You can't miss it.
Just off of a tree, like a tree house, or like...
Yeah, it's a tree house. It's just hanging out of the trees. It's a thing people do here sometimes. If you're not going to live in the trunk, live off it, right?
I guess so. It seems like a saying. I'm not used to being out this far from the city, Croaks. So
I'm right there with you. It's kind of weird for me too.
Okay, good. I thought I was alone here. All right. Well, thank you, Halcyon 5. We will be taking our leave and heading over to the Arcanist once I gather. Where is Max? Where is Max?
I'm just following the egg thing on the conveyor belt.
So, yeah, you're following the egg thing around. How many eggs are there?
Limited amphibian knowledge here. I'm going to go with 7, seems right.
Okay. So
Whatever you say is right.
Yeah, whatever you say is right.
I'm going to go with 11.
11? Okay.
Yeah.
11 eggs. Okay.
Yeah. Just float.
Mac, we gotta head up. We found the location, the Whitefire Arcanist.
Let me grab my eggs. And then I grab them.
Okay. Make a presence check.
14 with hope.
Ooh, okay. Take a hope. Cool. One of your eggs develops a crack. Like a little, it might be...
Oh, like someone dropped it? I was like, what?
No, it seems to be bulging from the inside a little bit. Like one of your eggs seems to be awake and moving.
Oh, in a good way.
Yeah, in a good way.
I'm going to put 10 in the rest of my egg jar.
Okay.
Classic, yep.
And then I'm just going to cup this last one and run over. Guys, my family.
Oh my god, that's so exciting.
It's starting.
Not familiar with your anatomy or biology. Is this a celebration? Or I mean, I'm all there with you. I see you're very excited. I will join in. But maybe what do we do?
We should I don't know what we're doing in town. We should go to the first moss. Get first moss water.
Okay.
You could take the bucket with you if you'd like, and the clank just hands you the big giant thing with the first moss water. You could just have this if you want it. We got a lot of it here.
Perfect. I'll throw it in there.
Cool. So you can take that container with you with your egg, and one of them is showing progress.
So I'm just gonna carry that one, and the rest are on my back somewhere.
I asked the gentleman, is there something special with the first moss water?
I mean, it drips off of the first moss, and we use it and heat it up. So yeah, it's got kind of like there's something mystical about it for sure.
I'm gonna make a note of that.
Should we find our friend?
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's out with the cart. So yeah, go get her.
I do grab may I take a bottle with me as well, just in case?
Oh yeah, you can. There's plenty to go around. Go for it.
Perfect. All right, let's go grab Aara. She's in the cart. We'll ride off towards the farmlands to the south or something, heading towards the Sablewood trees.
Aara, do you get up to anything while you're holding or watching the gear? Or
I think I'm just very quietly observing the town.
Okay.
Not making any big scene. I'm just keeping to myself. Is there anything that interesting that happens in the town?
Like they're definitely, like, you see them gearing up for their festival. Like there's a big to-do being set up. It's got like pre-big party vibes. Everybody's kind of excited. You see people setting up stalls. Little kids are running around. There's nothing untoward going on per se. It just seems to be a very happy-go-lucky village in a moment of relative quiet before they set off for a night of what's probably going to involve a lot of drinking.
Cool. So yeah, just quietly.
What drinks do they make here with the first moss water?
They definitely distill some kind of insanely hard liquor out of the moss fermenting in the water, and with some sort of like natively cultivated yeast, and just get absolutely knackered on it. Yeah,
Nice moss shine.
moss shine. Yes.
What are their open carry laws in regards to alcohol? Can I get a drink to go from the tavern? Is it like Vegas or?
Vegas rules. Yes, you can.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. I'd love to order one of those moss water distilled.
Awesome. So you get like a it's like one of those like yard glasses with a necklace around it, just full of moss shine that you can like wear with you around town to drink. All right. So are you all getting the yard glasses full of moss shine? Is it just Croaks?
Oh, I'm working, so I'll only get like half a yard.
Such a professional.
Was it like 3 feet? No, how much is a yard?
Yard is 3 feet. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Cool.
We have it. What? Imperial system?
Yeah.
Over here. Yep, got it. I'll have one too.
All right. Great. So you all get your yard of moss shine, and then
Can I grab one for Aara too, just in case she wants one?
yeah, absolutely. You get one with a pull tab can top on it too, so that you can.
Perfect.
You all get your road sodas, and you hop back into the wagon. And please don't drink and drive if you're listening to this.
We're drinking and riding, though. I'll be honest.
Making your way past the homes of the village, weaving in and out of the road markers, and then through the farmlands of Hush, you see a variety of crops that have begun to cultivate a thin layer of glowing blue moss over the tops of the fruits and vegetables, and it pulses softly like a heartbeat as you pass. Among the thriving groves, you notice that the sablewood tree in this area have hundreds of unique faces carved into all of the sides, and the eyes of them are peering in every which direction. One taller tree than the rest bears the Arcanist's home, like an overripe fruit. It hangs from a braid of rope as wide around as a giant's forearm, tied to a massive branch and counterweighted by a cabin-sized boulder laying at the base of the tree. The stone is marked with a collection of symbols, and the cabin windows flash with a soft yellow-green light. And what would you all like to do?
Oh, this is a quaint look. Is it like up in the air?
Yeah, it is up in the air. It's being held up like a bauble full
like a
of
pulley,
gelatinous
yeah.
cube, but it's got a boulder holding it down at the bottom instead, so it's weighted up. Yep.
I'd like to use a stress, so I'm going to go ahead and give myself a stress, and I take flight.
Excellent. So you're gonna fly up to the to the home.
The house. I'll go knock on the door,
Thank you.
and I go up and I knock on the door.
Yeah, we shouldn't drink and fly.
This is beautiful. You just bypass some serious bullshit with that. That's awesome. Okay, so you fly up to the door, Aara, and you knock on it, and the door opens almost the second you knock, and a 7-foot tall mix of like humanoid and firefly answers, and it's the Arcanist, a fairy that moves in a combination of both very slow and suddenly jerky motions. Though her expressions are difficult to read, her emotions are very clear in her voice. She's old but spry, and the eyes droop mischievously.
Are you the group Emrys sent from the capital? Oh my, you're rather late, aren't you? Come in, come in.
And she kicks off a rope ladder to let the rest of the group climb up as well.
Yes, this is us. I beckon everybody else. Come on up and bring the package.
It's really heavy.
I can help.
I can't.
Oh. Croak?
Yeah, I'll give it a shot. What if we each use our tongues?
Ah, like straps.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
let's
We're gonna
lock tongues
tongue the
once
package.
more, brother.
Okay, I want you both to make a finesse check.
Make a tongue check for us, please.
Yeah, do a tongue check.
Yeah, French for us.
Can I use my happy to help experience on this?
Absolutely, yes.
All right, so I'm gonna spend a hope.
Is this? I got a 1 and a 1. So is that still
That's
a crit?
still crit, yeah.
Still
Perfect
crit. Yep.
Oh my god! Oh no, wait, that's a 6 and a 9. So I got a 15, 17 with fear.
You get a fear token?
Okay, I'm gonna take a fear token, and then with that crit success, you hit the house, and it sort of happens in a flurry. Like the Arcanist is like turned around mid thought. I'm like, oh, actually, and she goes to like pull a lever, but as she does, your tongue hits it instead and pulls it, and the house kind of like falls down and unwraps like a flower.
Oh.
And it just sort of all unfolds and lowers down, and she's like, that probably makes more sense. And she has it so you can more easily move the crate you guys have said it so you can more easily move the crate into the house. I may have forgotten a story detail there, and that was why that was weird, but yeah.
Just like old times.
You two done this together before?
Yeah.
Ah.
That's how frogs work together.
Yeah, I've come to learn a lot of being a frog person is using your tongue to make a situation better.
Interesting. There's so much to learn about your culture.
Moses learned in the tadpole stage, but he never had that chance.
Right. No, I didn't tell you this story yet, huh? Weird. Thought I would have told you by now.
We only met like maybe a couple days ago, to be fair.
Yeah, but it's like a pretty big part of me, so like I kind of tell. Aara, did I tell you this yet?
Yeah.
See, it's weird.
He tells
As you're all like talking about Croaks' backstory, the Arcanist has taken out a pair of scissors and is like one of those people who's afraid to damage wrapping paper. She's like very cleanly snipping all of the like tape lines and untying everything. And inside King Emerus's package lies a massive stone with a lion's face carved into it. Marlowe, you know that this is the keystone of the capital city's main archway for the gate. The Arcanist nods sagely as soon as she sees it, saying,
Of course, the king would keep this delivery secret. If anyone knew your city was no longer warded, you'd just be conquered like that before sunrise.
Fuck. No, that is not okay. Why did he send this here?
And with this ominous warning, she starts to unfurl her treehouse yet again.
We must travel to the open vale to reinstate the ward, but such an effort of magic will attract dangerous creatures from the darkest reaches of the Sablewood, so I will need help to do this.
Happy to help.
Hey!
Take an Oh, just kidding. That's not how this game works.
Take a hope. I mean, this is what we were tasked to do initially anyway, so I'm ready to be of any assistance.
I agree. I'm a frog of my word.
Okay, so you all are gonna. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Were you gonna say something? Oh, okay.
Wouldn't it be wild if he was just like, no?
I'm gonna hang back. All right, so on direction from the Arcanist, you load up into the carriage again, and you head out, and you pull into this mysterious clearing that is in the shape of a perfect circle, and the only area of the Sablewood that you've seen that does not have trees blocking out the sky. This is an area known as the Open Vale. And as you pull in, the Arcanist starts kind of like yammering like on and on. Like she's sort of like by default giving a tour guide like,
This used to be the place where we would do all the strongest rituals, and then all the weakest ones too, and it was kind of annoying, so we decided to only do the strong ones here. And this is actually where we first made the ward. And explains to you that there are actually wards on like each corner of the town too, and then there's the sort of main keystone. The last time we charged this, I almost died. It was bananas.
Sorry. I remember getting your name. What was it again?
Oh, it's the Arcanist.
Just the okay.
We're forced to give up our names when we take the role of Arcanist.
Oh,
What was your name?
I don't remember anymore. I'm the Arcanist.
they had to give it
okay.
up. Part of the ritual.
Yeah, I suppose so.
You ever had to give something up to a fairy?
Have I ever had to give something up to a fairy? Well,
Yeah, it was more of like a rhetorical question because it's always terrible.
Aren't you a fairy?
I am a fairy.
yeah. Well, I lost a bet to Aara once. I
Yeah.
mean, this was like 2 days ago. I had to give her like a pretty cool marble that I had.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so it's sort of like that. Only my cool marble was my name.
Yeah.
Mm. Yes, I sold that marble, sorry.
You sold
Oh,
it?
man. That was one of my biggies.
As you're driving into the clearing, after a certain point, the Arcanist's antennae perk up in a very disconcerting way.
This is good. This is good. Stop.
And you this like weird, like almost like robotic motions as she's sort of moving her feelers around.
Yes, here. Now, help me. I'm old.
And this time, she unfolds your carriage like she did her home and just stands over the crate humming. And her body starts to glow really bright, flickering in what is now a night sky full of stars.
I'm gonna need like an hour. You all just, have a good time for now. It's gonna get busy real quick.
Like, busy, like, we gotta do a lot of work, or busy, like, oh, we're gonna be fighting something out here?
I mean, probably a little bit of all of the above.
Oh,
And so you have an opportunity to take a short rest for now. You may each do 2 of the following. You can tend to your wounds, you can clear stress, repair your armor, or just prepare. And so if you prepare, you'll gain a hope. If you repair your armor, you can clear 2 marked armor slots, or you can repair an allies instead. If you clear stress, we'll talk through maybe how you decide to blow off steam, and then you're going to clear out 1d4 of stress. And if you tend to wounds, you're going to patch yourself up and clear 1d4 of hit points. You may also do this for an ally instead. So what's everybody going to do?
So I think for Marlowe, she's gonna go ahead and prepare herself and try to gain a hope, and she
Awesome.
does this by going to a corner, and she does like a light nick across her hand to concentrate out like her blood into a condensed marble of magical energy,
Ooh, dang.
and she does that twice.
Awesome. Yeah, so she gains 2 condensed marbles of hope,
Wow.
blood marbles.
Yeah, and they're just like concentrated magical energy, so it gives her more power later.
That's pretty cool.
You don't play with those, right? I feel like that'd be cheating.
No,
Okay.
I am a true marble play.
Okay,
like-
good.
Curdled blood.
Right? It's so
And also, it's very noticeable.
Just throw it down and it.
Gandledore made her promise never to do that.
I've done bloodborne pathogen training. I know how to make sure the rules. Okay.
You can see, like, as you look at her outfit, there's a little bloodborne pathogens badge sewn into it. Okay, what are our other adventures? What does Max do in the short rest?
I'm going to clear stress.
Okay, describe how Max blows off steam and pulls himself together.
So, Max, I'm going to get out both my egg jars.
Of course.
I've named each of the eggs, and I'm going to talk to them.
Oh, what are the egg names that you're talking to them?
Do you want all 11?
Yeah,
Oh.
Okay.
maybe just the one.
The one that's hatching?
The one that's hatching, yeah.
That's Sam.
Sam. Nice. Okay, so you have a chat with Sam and his sibling or their siblings.
Yes.
Oh, awesome.
And
Yeah,
I
so
tell them all the great things they're going to do.
These are also your siblings, right?
Yeah.
Because they were your moms.
He knows. You're coming a long way.
Yeah, I listen sometimes.
as you bask in the potential of your family, clear 1d4 of hit points.
Stress, right?
Oh wait, sorry, I'm looking at 10 to wound. Sorry, yeah, clear 1d4 of stress. And then while he's doing that, Croaks.
While he's clearing his stress with his brothers and sisters, I'm gonna go heal, repair his armor for him.
Well, that's nice. How do you repair it? Like knowing that he has that gnarly scratch from the thief on it.
I'm gonna use the old frog tongue and
Jeez.
and just in some kind of salve and just rub that right on in there.
Yeah, frog tongue buffing. Nothing like it to clean up armor.
And then
Yeah.
each of you get one more thing too, right? That was only one each.
Yeah, you all you get 2 things.
Oh,
Oh.
well then I'll take a hope
How do you prepare?
while I'm repairing his armor.
I mean, I assume you do it afterwards. Like you do a quick spit shine on his armor, and then
Okay.
how do you prepare yourself?
Spit shine his armor, and then I just go and I do some stretches, a lot of leg stuff, lunges and whatnot.
Nice. Yeah, you got a super deep lunge in the forest and gain a hope.
Perfect.
Max, what's your second prep move?
I'm also going to gain a hope.
Nice.
And I'm just doing upper body.
Awesome. Yeah, so you get into a very deep upper body lunge and you gain a hope.
Cool.
And Aara, rounding out the short rest.
I'm going to meditate for a bit and clear my stress. I only had one, so I'm just going to clear the one. And then I'm going to prepare my elemental origin. So I'm an elemental origin sorcerer, and my origin type is water. There's a lot of water and dew out here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to do like yoga, but I'm going to like lift up the dewdrops and kind of do like some water bending action along with the yoga. And that gives me my hope.
Nice. Yeah. So you water bend for a bit, and as you are all preparing yourselves, the Arcanist is working like with the keystone, and you can kind of see her in the background, and she's almost like irritatedly throwing spells at a rock, essentially. She just keeps trying to, no, that's not what. What do we do? And at some it's like almost she hits a button on accident that works, and the keystone starts to respond, and she gets really excited, like,
The keystone's finally responding. Quickly, surround me. The ritual must begin or I'll lose the pathway. Hurry!
and her body starts glowing brighter and brighter still as her eyes roll backwards into her head, and the entire carriage lifts a foot off of the ground. And an unearthly cry echoes from the woods, alerted by the arcane energy. And you feel a rumble as 4 ancient skeletons emerge from the ground surrounding you, rusted swords in hand, disturbed by the forces of magic being used by the Arcanist. In the distance, 2 forest wraiths also float ominously towards you. And I'm going to start a countdown die for the ritual, and your goal is going to be to hold off these enemies until her work is completed. And this will be a D8 countdown die. And we will tick that down every time an adversary is taken down, and it will tick up if the Arcanist is hit with an attack. When it reaches 0, our ritual is complete, and the encounter will be over.
That's so fucking cool.
It is cool.
So let me get... Okay, cool. So we are on 8 for now. We don't really roll for initiative, but I'm going to say that you all can act first, since you saw them all kind of coming out of the ground, and you're not super surprised by this. And we're going to say that they're all kind of like far away as the skeletons, and then very far for the wraiths.
That's usually actually how that works. It's just like, unless the DM has a specific ability or uses fear, he doesn't go first.
And just to be clear, since Daniel brought up the mechanics, I do have 3 fear right now. So
Okay, it's our turn. We can do whatever actions we want. And you said all the skeletons are far away? You said the skeletons are far away and the wraiths are very far?
Correct.
Okay. Are the skeletons all grouped together, or are they all spread out?
They're all spread out. They're kind of around you. If we assume the wagon will be in the center, they're kind of on all sides, if you will.
Got it. I'm gonna go ahead and use a spellcast attack on one of the skeletons. All right, so I'm gonna use Unleash Chaos, which is a spell that has a far range. It uses a spellcast roll, which is just a duality dice, but based off of my instinct. That is 8 with hope.
8 with hope. Okay. You cast your spell, and what was the spell called again?
Unleash Chaos.
Okay, what does it do?
On a success, I roll a number of d10 equal to the tokens I spent and do that amount of damage to the enemy, and I can use stress to replenish the amount of tokens. So I use 2 tokens on the attack, if it hits.
Got it. The attack does not hit, so you go to cast it, and it does just miss.
Too much chaos. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
and
mine.
then you said that was with hope, right?
Yes, that was with hope, but you do get an action token.
And then we just go, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Unless one of us rolls a few.
Okay. I'd like to cast Mysterious Mist, so I'm going to spend a hope to cast a temporary thick fog that encircles a stationary area up to very close range and range your current location. Everyone within is hidden to anybody outside the fog, so I'm going to cast that around the group of us.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that is a hope.
Cool.
Is it?
Does that you have to roll
Just
for that or no?
Go whenever. No.
He spends a hope, so it just
Just
happens.
spend a hope
You're
to cast,
enveloped in a thick fog.
Cool. And we can see out of it still, right?
It says everyone within is hidden to anybody outside of the fog. That's all.
Sounds like a yes.
Yeah, so I think we'll say mechanically, yes, you can see out of it.
Okay. I would like to get my dual staff and kind of swing it around, collecting the mist of the fog, and fire it out at one of these skeletons.
Hell yeah. Make that spell attack.
Okay. That is... Come on! 13 with fear. Again.
Still a high roll,
Fear.
though.
Yeah, that hits.
13 with fear. Okay. Just getting sick of the fear here. That is going to be 5 damage
5 damage.
to one of these skeletons. Yeah.
All right, great. Yeah, so that skeleton's looking pretty haggard. You send your collection of fog and mist at it, and it batters into it and tears away at a pretty good chunk of its bone.
Cool.
And that was with fear, you said. Okay.
You get 2 action tokens.
Yeah.
Okay, so with my action tokens, we are gonna move 2 of our 3 skeleton buds in. Oh well, hold on. So sorry. Damn. All right, so what's gonna happen is one of the wraiths is gonna move into close, into far range, and then one of the skeletons is gonna get up close. And so the first action will be a skeleton rolling an attack on Marlow. Ooh, wait. Yeah, it's gonna attack Marlow.
Okay.
All right, so it whiffs pretty bad.
Well, what did it hit? Because my evasion's really low.
It's a 6.
Okay, yeah, it missed.
Yeah, so it misses, and then one of the
The
wraiths.
fog is just too obscure. It's like, I can't see.
Yeah, it tries to swing through the fog and just passes right over your head. And then one of the wraiths is actually going to cast Life Drain on you, the one that moved into far distance.
Can
So,
it see into the fog?
I don't know that it has to be able to
Okay.
see to cast it, does it?
It's up to you.
I actually don't know either. I'm wondering now about how that would work.
Yeah, there's no specification on like sight or verbal
Okay,
components.
so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna say that it's going to try to cast Soul Drain on you. It would normally do this with disadvantage. I am going to burn a fear token
Okay.
to just level it out. So it's just gonna do this as a straight roll.
Sounds good to me.
We'll do that. Woo! Does 20 hit?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Are you kidding me? Okay, you take. I got a 1.
Oh, 1? Damn. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna take that stress.
Yeah, so it swings at you and it gets so close that it just really freaks you out, kind of for a second.
Yet so far. Sorry.
I think that's both of my action tokens, and I am gonna hold it for now. We'll pass back to the players.
Okay. So it's our turns again.
Yes,
Players.
I have 3 fear tokens
Would
right now.
like to march out and attack that skeleton closest to us.
Do it.
Yeah, go roll for attack.
It is a crit.
What
19.
the heck, you
8 and
guys?
8.
Yeah, I'm just gonna tell you right now. You're call your shot. You're definitely gonna kill this thing,
Get a hope.
and we're gonna bring the counter die down to 7. Go ahead.
This surprised us, yeah? The
No.
skeletons popped out? Oh, no, we knew. Okay.
you
never
had
mind.
a feeling something like this was coming.
We watched him come out of the ground slowly.
I'm going to do a little like spin type / half dance move kind of with this swing.
Oh, okay.
And just kind of, bam, knock the skeleton's head off. It's like a baseball swing.
Nice. Yeah, it
Cool.
sees your sick spin and turn, and its jaw kind of drops for a second, and that's when you like nail it right in the mouth, and the head goes sailing off. And so you've taken down your first skeleton. You have 3 left and 2 wraiths.
The other 3 skeletons are still far, and then one of the race is still very far.
Correct.
And then one of the race is far. Okay, cool. And the other skeletons haven't moved or gotten close or anything. Okay. Yeah. Do you guys want to do anything?
Yeah, I'll do Bolt Beacon. So I'm going to do a spellcast roll against a target within far range. I'll do the Wraith. On a success, I spend a hope to send a bolt of shimmering light towards them, like a ranged weapon, dealing D8 magic damage that makes them glow brightly and become temporarily vulnerable.
Ooh.
So I don't know exactly what that means. So that's a 13 with fear.
It hits.
Okay.
We're at 4 fear tokens.
I'll take that at least. And then it's 2d8.
And you're casting a spell, right? This isn't physical damage?
Yeah, this is
Okay.
spellcast. It treat it like a ranged weapon, dealing 2d8 magic damage.
Okay.
That makes them grow brightly and become temporarily vulnerable.
And that was to the wraith that was far or very far?
The far.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't quite reach very far. Sorry.
Okay.
That's 2d8.
And we're at 2 actions now, right?
That's a 1. Yeah, so that's 5.
Dope. Okay.
Real quick, I did roll a 7, which was my little special number.
Ooh.
Oh.
And so with that, I can gain a hope or clear a stress. So I'm going to gain a hope.
Wow.
Excellent. Excellent. That so you did that with fear, we said? Okay, cool. I am
I
gonna
did.
take a couple of moves here.
Sorry, guys.
It's all good. Action tokens.
Yeah. So the wraith that is far is going to move into close range.
Okay.
And I am going to spend a fear token, and it's going to make an attack on Croaks. This attack is called Memory Delve. Okay, so he's going to fly at you, and he places your hand on your cheek. And I need you to describe a terrifying moment from Croaks' childhood.
He places my hand on my cheek.
No, he places. Yes. This wraith grabs your hand and puts it on your own cheek, and it's like,
Tell me the saddest moment of your childhood.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm not going to pick my brother disappearing because I feel like that's done to death.
hold on 1 second. I just want to. Oh wait, no, this isn't a roll. Just kidding. It just happened. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay.
It just happens?
Well, I spent a fear to make
Oh.
it happen. Yeah. Oh, it is an attack roll. So wait, it is an attack. So I actually don't think that's going to hit because does a 6 hit you?
No, my evasion's an 8.
Oh, yeah. So he goes in to try to do this memory delve thing. He takes your hand, puts it on your cheek, and is like,
Oh, that's not how this works. Dang it.
you hear the very far away wraith going,
Terry, come on.
Terry,
and so yeah, this is Terry the Wraith now. Dang, that sucks. Okay, cool. So I have 2 action tokens. He is going to do he's just going to attack. He's going to take a, oh, he only does, wow, this sucks. So these guys have different, okay, so they only have one thing they can do. That's interesting. Is anybody in far range, or you're all kind of in the same spot right now?
yeah, we're all covered by the fog.
All right, he's going for the lady instead, the Arcanist. He is going to take a. Is she in the middle with you all, or
I assume she's in the fog with us.
Butterfly.
Yeah.
Is it the same one that just went after me?
Yeah.
Because I can only do one action per each.
Oh, you're right.
Thing, right?
I keep forgetting that. That's a thing. Yep. Oh wait, I have another wraith, but I've also got a skeleton. So we're gonna use an action on the skeletons.
Yeah, you have 2 more skeletons. You have 3 skeletons.
I have 3 skeletons. Yeah. So one of them is gonna roll up, and it's gonna get between all of you, and it's going to go after. It's gonna go after the Arcanist. Brutal. 22 to hit.
Ooh, that's heavy.
Yeah. Okay.
Iron range.
Standing near us, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
going to use I am your shield
Yeah. Those are
and
it is.
mark a stress and take that hit.
All right. Great. Yeah. So you're gonna take that hit, and that is going to be 2, 1. Don't. Is that 3d6? Wow. Okay. I hurt you.
Hurt him good.
9.
9. Armor it up. Are you going to take the hit point or the stress or whatever?
Well, strength takes that to 6.
Oh, wow. So it's either a stress or you can arm.
And then, yeah, I'm just going to take the strength.
Cool.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So the skeleton swings at you and hits a part of your armor that again just kind of rattles you a bit.
Nick's the same spot
Yeah,
as
the
the
same
Silverman.
spot he licked, yeah.
You just got that clean.
Damn it.
This is like a recurring thing. Every time you guys get in a battle, it's the same spot, and it's just constantly going, man, I keep buffing this out.
That's why he got so pissed the first time.
And
I'll
then
take one.
I'm going to burn my second action token here, and
Okay.
a second skeleton is going to move in, and I'm also going to spend a fear token with this skeleton, and both of them are now going to make a melee attack on, well, probably on Max, since you got in the way of the Arcanist. So let's see. But I'm going to do this with disadvantage. That's a nat 1, so one of them definitely misses.
Is that a special ability thing where like
Yeah.
they like dogpile people? You don't have to roll for that. It just hits. It's 5 damage straight.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so you take 5 damage.
My
From-
evasion's 5. Does it
No,
not?
it's not.
No, it's
it's
not a
an attack
roll. You're
roll.
just
you just take
taking-
5 hit.
Oh, I'm
5
just
yeah,
taking
I spent a fear token, so you're just going to take
for each skeleton.
for
Well,
each
yeah,
of
not
them.
5 hit points. So it's 5 damage towards your damage threshold. So if it's under your minor, you take a stress.
Yeah,
so
so I
take
think you
2
just marked
stress.
2.
I'm going to stress and
Or you can armor it
I'm
and
gonna
then reduce
stress.
it to no stress.
stress both.
Okay, and then I'm going to pass action back to the player.
All right.
Are they all kind of within range at this point, like close range, or just 2
Uh,
skeletons?
2 skeletons are in close range, and then you have a wraith that is far and a wraith that is very far.
Wait, one of the wraiths is right here because he just grabbed my hand, right?
Sorry, there's a wraith that's close, 2 skeletons that are close, a skeleton that is far, and a wraith that is very far.
Okay.
I'd like to very quickly take my staff and put it away and reach in from my cloak and pull out a rain of blades. So I'm going to spend 2 hope on this move. And
Name sounds incredible.
I'm going to make it. Now, one of these, either the Wraith or the Skeleton, one of them is vulnerable now, right?
Yes,
Wraith
the Wraith is vulnerable.
So it's going to take double damage from this.
Yeah, get it.
Fuck
So
yeah.
if it's successful anyway, so I'm going to make a spellcast roll, and I will do that right now. That's an 8 with hope, so we'll get a hope back,
Hope.
but it's an 8.
Take that hope, and then for the 8, 8's not going to do it.
Man, any targets hit? Yeah, nothing happens. They dodge.
8 misses all of them.
Well, wait, is this for multiple targets or is
This
this
is for everybody in close range.
Oh. Okay,
This
so let me
is
double
for
check the
everyone.
Skeletons. Yeah, it misses all of them.
Damn.
Yeah, they've got the skeletons have some armor on.
Damn, that sucks. I think seeing you do that, having learned from Gandolfo the same spell, Marlowe also copies and just rains the blades too. So I'm gonna throw it because they're all close. I'm gonna throw it out. That is 19 with hope.
Wow.
Woo! There we go. That'll do it for all of them.
Okay, perfect. So I gain 1 hope back. And I'm gonna go ahead and crush one of my blood-curdled marbles, and and use one of my mage features or sorcerer features, channel raw power. I'm gonna take one of my domain cards, shuffle it back into my vault, and based off the level of the card, I'll double the damage based off.
Whoa.
So I will shuffle back in my shadow bind spell, which should be level 3, I believe. Or level 2, so it turns it to 4.
Marlowe's are all out of trap cards.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Marlowe's playing a different game right now. And I'm going to go ahead and roll damage. So you just see this hail of blades from like 2 different angles. They jump up to dodge Aara's, and then mine catch them as they're going up. Okay. So they take, the ones that are not vulnerable take 11. And then the one that is vulnerable, that's 19 plus 4, that's 20.
3.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Marlowe, call your shot for all 5 or all 4 of these.
Yeah. So what happens is like I see your blades get thrown out, and I do the like Naruto Sasuke Uchiha thing where he throws the blades and it bounces off your blades, and then they connect, and they just like
love
ricochet off each other, and just like teamwork.
Amazing. Like the deadliest game of marbles you have ever played. Just ricocheting like crazy. You pincushing the skeletons, and everybody except for one skeleton who's far and one wraith who is very far are down.
Yeah. Okay.
And so now our tracker is down to 2.
And that was 2 hopes, so it's still us.
Okay. Still our turn. You guys
Anybody got anything?
go for it, man.
I'm just gonna stand by. The Arcanist, and be on guard.
All right. So what do we have? We have a skeleton that's far and a wraith that's very far.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to switch it up from the magic, and I'm going to use my great staff, which has a very far distance.
What
And
makes it great?
the fact that it has a very far distance.
It has Kane written on the side.
I'm going to go after the wraith, the far wraith.
Amazing.
So that's going to be, oh my god, that's 13 with fear.
That'll do it.
Sweet. And so that is 2d6 plus 2, but it is a powerful weapon, so I roll 1 extra damage die and drop the lowest. So we'll drop are those both 4s?
Yep.
Okay, so it's going to be 11.
It stumbles a bit at that hit. It definitely felt it as you hit him with your great staff. Is it like a spell or is it physical? I can't remember what you said.
It's magical damage.
Magical damage. Okay, cool. Yeah, so he very fully like takes the impact of the magic blast from your staff.
Forget Croaks as a wizard.
Yeah.
I keep like picturing something totally different.
I think it's because of Max. I keep doing the same thing.
Yeah.
These brawler frogs.
Yeah, it's just like a buff frog and a small frog, just like battle toads.
It's
Like,
for sure frog and toad all year. It's absolutely what's happening.
oh, that's so cute. I love that. All right. That was an action
That was an action token and with fear.
Yeah.
with fear, so you have 3 actions.
So I have 3 actions. So the first thing that's going to happen is the very far wraith is going to get close, and so is the skeleton. I'm just kind of being liberal with the movements to shortcut things. If you guys want me to be a little more linear about it, I can. But
No, it makes sense.
okay, cool. So what's going to happen is the skeleton is going to make a melee attack on the Arcanist. Okay.
Okay.
And we're going to I'm going to say that the thing I meant to do first is I'm going to burn a fear and say that the wraith dissipates your fog or your mist. He just sort of like figures out a way to clear that up. Yeah, he just like does a really big inhale and blows it all away. And then
Why didn't Perry do this?
Yeah.
Jeez.
He was the worst one.
and then and then oh man, what's this wraith's name? I want to call him Larry now, so he's just
Terry and Larry.
Terry and Larry, the wraiths. So Larry blows all the stuff away and then points at the remaining skeleton, and I'm going to burn a fear. I think I can do this, and he's going to do 5 damage to the Arcanist. So she takes 5 damage.
Can I use I am your shield?
I believe you can. Yes.
Okay, I'd like to use that. And
Okay.
Use stress.
Do you have any stress left?
I have one last.
Okay.
I'm stressed out now.
The other thing that's going to happen is, so that was a fear spend. I think the skeleton can still make a normal move, right? Because I burned a fear token to do that.
What is I think the reading says that for that specific fear move, you
Spend
can't.
fear and activate every ancient skeleton within close range of a target to move into melee with them, dealing 5 damage.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was, if we don't want me to game like that, I won't. But
No.
I think I can.
I think so. I remember reading
If I'm
something
wrong,
different, but
leave this in the comments and let us know.
yeah. You can tell us later at home, people. Also, like, comment, and subscribe, and tell all your friends that we were wrong.
Yeah,
Okay.
if Daggerheart is listening, please give us a heads up on what we're doing.
It tries to get all crafty, and the skeleton whiffs real bad and doesn't hit. The wraith, I screwed up. Shouldn't have moved them into close range. Forgot how that works. But darn it, that is the last action that I can actually take now. So I'm going to give it back to you guys.
All right, so the wraith and the skeleton are both close range now.
Yes.
Yep.
Close or melee?
They're in close range.
You can move into melee.
Okay.
Are any of them vulnerable?
The wraith is vulnerable from the... How long does that last?
The other vulnerable one had died, remember?
Oh, you're right. Never mind. Sorry. Yeah, none of them are vulnerable.
Okay. Well then I'm gonna rain of blades again. I was pretty upset that the last one got dodged out of the way. I love what it turned into, but I want mine to do that now. So I'm gonna go ahead and rain of blades again. 2 hopes. And I'm just gonna concentrate and send it out. And that's going to be 15 with hope. 15.
15 hits.
Okay. That's gonna be what? 2 damage.
2 1s? You snake
All
eyed
right.
it?
Yeah.
Oh wait, but it's just 1d10 damage because they're not vulnerable. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
2 damage.
All
from
right.
that.
Yeah.
They were very weak blades. They were toothpicks.
Yeah, so your rain of toothpicks does a number on the sort of ghastly robe of the wraith, but otherwise it seems fairly okay. Overall, it's actually looking pretty rough. It's looking like, if you were to guess, it was like halfway through its life. Was that with hope too?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's still you guys.
All right, still us. Go ahead.
Well, I like that tag team thing you did earlier.
Oh, yeah. You got 3 hope?
Oh, yeah, I sure do.
What do you want to do?
Anybody opposed?
No.
All right.
I mean, I am, but I don't think
I'm going to spend 3 hope and do a tag team roll with Max.
Okay.
The Brothers of Destruction.
Okay, so we each do a roll, and then we take the best outcome.
You pick the one you want to, because it could either be one with hope or one with fear, too. So you get to choose.
Okay.
And it's an attack roll.
It's an attack roll.
So what is that just like a straight 2d12, or
Yep.
is there a modifier?
I think you can add the modifier on, because it's an attack roll. Yeah, so you add your modifier.
Okay.
Oof.
No good.
13 with fear.
Oh boy, oh boy. Well, I got a 10. I got a 16 with hope. So let's go with that.
Yeah, that's much better. Okay.
that'll do it.
Both of you
Okay.
roll your attack dice that you're going to use, and then you combine them. And then you describe how you do this.
Mine is 9.
Unless the DM's going to cock block us again.
I only have 1 fear token. I can't do anything with it. So
When you say attack die, what is that?
Just your damage die. So like whatever like you roll for damage. What is this ability?
I'm just doing the tag team roll. It's not like
Okay.
a specific ability.
So roll whatever weapon attack you would have normally done. and then
Oh, like what I would use for like my great staff.
yeah, sure, that works.
11. Nope, 10. Sorry.
10.
9.
Okay, so you do 19 together.
19.
And how do you guys do?
So we are going to.
Also, who are you aiming at?
Are you aiming at the wraith or the skeleton?
They're both close, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll aim at the wraith.
Larry.
We are going to lock tongues, and then because Kyle's a pretty stout dude, he's going to stand still and swing me around. I'm going to, as he's swinging me, take my great staff out and just fucking whack this wraith right across the face.
Oh my god, yes. You nail this thing and you take it, it's not dead, but you take its jaw clean off.
Yeah.
What the fuck, bro?
How's he talking without a jaw?
Magic.
Right. Okay, that was with hope, right?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
Do we both get a hope? Because I'm applying like that roll to the whole action, or is it just mine?
I believe it's just for you.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
it's just you because you took the action.
Yeah, it's like
okay.
you pick which one of you. Okay.
Okey-doke.
Yeah. All right. So Max, you just did that. Is there anything else you want to do, Max, after your tag team roll with your buddy? Skeleton.
Is it my
Wraith.
turn?
There's no
There are
turn.
no turns.
You just
can
go
go
right
whenever
into
you've
it.
got a thing. to
Oh,
do.
I mean, I could go again. I could.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Unless you want to
it's-
tag team too.
If we were dicks, one of us could just keep doing things. Like,
Ah,
you know?
okay.
Yeah.
Is the skeleton and wraith next to each other? Wait, so anyone can do tag team?
Yeah, you can tag team with anybody. You
Oh,
want to.
okay. I've got
once per session.
Once
Each
per
person
session.
can do it once per
5
session.
hope all day, so I'm going to burn 3.
Okay.
Tag team with you.
Oh, snap. Okay.
We're going to redeem ourselves.
Sounds good.
Max and Marlowe at it again.
All right. Who are you attacking? Skeleton or Wraith?
I'm thinking the wraith,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, I feel
Yep.
like it. All right. Make your weapon attack.
I got 18 with fear.
I got 13 with hope. So I feel like we should
Hope?
take the 8. Or I feel like I want to take the 18 with fear, so make sure it hits because your 18 is higher.
Yeah, but I like hope.
I know
So
you
we
like
could just
hope.
go again.
Yeah.
I feel like a 13 hit the wraith earlier, but I can't
Yeah, I
remember.
think let's go hope.
Okay, fine. 13 with hope. Does that hit the wraith?
That hits.
Okay. All right. How are we doing this? How do you want to do this together? You want to do the wrestling move again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I throw one of my red marbles into the air at him. Okay, as he's
Mhm.
jumping, as he's leaping towards the sky,
I
imbuing
leap.
him.
Front flip, catch the marble.
Uh huh.
We do that in the hand.
Yeah, you just crush it, or you can
Okay.
eat it if you want.
Catch it and then like clap in the chalk together. There's just red mist in the air. And then a swan dive with just the axe straight out into the wraith.
Oh man, yeah, you just get covered in this like red blood powder as you swan dive through it, and you just drive the knife into the wraith. Roll for damage.
The blood like blossoms into like a wing behind him as he's flying down like an angel from the sky.
11 for me.
An 11.
Oh,
Okay.
I got to roll
One
damage too.
Daniel
Hold on.
too.
Damn.
What a cool mechanic, the tag team.
Yeah,
roll.
I love this a lot. It's
That's-
so cool.
8. So together 19.
19. Okay, this guy's looking real bad. Like one of his arms is gone, his jaw is gone. He looks terrible.
You're still alive.
I've been dead inside for years.
Do they have the same health mechanic we do?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I keep thinking like, well,
That's
19's
the
so
only reason
much.
why. That's the only
Yeah.
reason. Yeah.
But it does make combat like a little more interesting because, you know, you can roll something super high, but there's still only so much damage you can do.
Yeah.
So, you
yeah.
know.
All right, I'm gonna stress myself really quick to replenish my Unleash Chaos to max, and I'm gonna roll with 3 ticks of the Unleash Chaos, and rolling a spellcast roll at the Wraith. It's gonna be 19 with Fear,
Okay, 19 hit.
23, because I used all of my ticks, and I stressed out to do it.
Oh man. Okay, so I'm gonna burn my. Oh no, I don't have 2 fear. I've only got 1. Fuck. Okay, cool. Yeah. Call your shot.
You'll generate one from this resolution.
Oh wait. Oh yes, I did have 2. Okay, so the first thing that's gonna happen is he is going to memory delve you. And so let's see.
And he puts on your
It's a
chin.
14 hit.
Yeah, 14 hits.
He puts his foot on his face.
He goes for yours. Wait.
Yeah, he reaches for your hand and is like,
Oh, wait.
and then goes up and touches your face.
Tell me the most terrifying moment from your childhood.
Okay. You flash back into an elf in a royal court where everyone is like so much taller than she is, and she's just a child and expected to navigate the political intrigues. And at one point, she loses control of her powers, and the blood bursts, and everyone in the room is gone. they just get dusted.
And as you remember accidentally Thanosing everyone in that room, you take 8 psychic damage.
That's also kind of how the first episode of Gen
V, yeah.
started. Yeah.
All right, I'll use. Can I armor my brain? I guess so, technically.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll let it fly.
Yeah, I'll armor my brain, so I just take 1 hit point.
Okay. And now you can call your shot because you're definitely about to murder this wraith. It
Okay.
was just getting in one last swing.
Okay. Cool. I mean, you still have like a crap ton of action tokens, to be fair.
But I don't think I can fully interrupt what you're doing all the way, can I?
Yeah, I think you still finish your move.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
so
it
I was
switches
like, it was
over.
more for flavor than anything. I knew it wasn't gonna like
Okay.
you've murdered this thing.
Okay. Yeah. Then having like you seen the dark nature of where my power comes from, my blood, like the place where I'd cut the slit for creating the marble, I reach out and I envelop the spirit with the blood and then just like consume it.
Ooh. Oh God. Yeah, so you just absorb this wraith into your body. And the tracker is now at 1, and you have 1 skeleton left.
Oh, okay.
Since you rolled with fear, I think that is my turn.
That is your turn,
Okay,
yeah.
so
Yep, you have 4 action tokens.
I wonder how smart these skeletons are. I guess probably not very. So he's just gonna make his 1 attack, and he's gonna go for the Arcanist. That's a 23 to hit. Yeah, that hits.
Yeah.
Are we gonna be shielding anybody?
I'm stressed out.
That's,
Oh.
I see it happening and I want to do something, but I can't.
He's not calm. He's calm
Dang.
under no pressure. Remember?
Wow. I just assumed this was not going to go well, but okay, cool. So the Arcanist takes. Whoa. Okay, so the Arcanist takes a hit. The counter goes up to 2 again.
Oh.
And I'm going to pass action back because I've only got 1 bad guy left.
Okay.
So
As I look at you and you're like all stressed out, I'm like, here, take this potion. And I hand you a stamina potion. It's a D4. You roll a D4 and it clears that amount of stress.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's cool. I was going to do healing hands to heal some stress too, but it's a spellcast roll. I get so nervous now to roll because I'm like, oh, if I roll fear, it reverts back to Josh.
Part of the game. It makes it exciting. The back and forth. Right?
I'm just gonna grab my dual staff and I'm just gonna try to clock this guy over the head.
nice. Roll for attack.
Yeah. Wow, it's an 18 with hope.
Oh,
That
yeah.
Nice.
definitely hits.
Go with 4 damage.
All right, yeah, my guy's looking real bad. You
Tickle.
knock off
It's a tickle fight
his
now.
arm, his leg, his jaw. He's looking really rough from your very, very light brush against his body.
I actually would have, with that hit, I would have liked to take out his right foot.
Okay, yeah, you take out his right foot, and he sort of like falls over and is like trying to hold himself up in like an accidental like tri-point pose, you know?
While they're dealing with this one oblong-looking skeleton, may I use like a knowledge check or something to assist the Whitefire Arcanist in finishing up this ritual?
Ooh, yeah, go ahead and give me a knowledge check.
And then I want to use a hope for my experience as a mage, specifically a royal mage.
Yeah, you know.
Okay, just to boost my abilities a little bit. And then I also believe my Loreborn feature may help here. It gives me advantage on... No, never mind. I lied. I'm lying so much. 17 with fear.
That hits.
I'm not hitting anything. I'm just trying to complete the ritual.
That works, actually, rather. Okay,
Okay.
yeah, so... all right, so you...
Oh, no, it's crit. I got 2 critical success. 2 8s.
Oh, dope. Okay, there we go. So not with fear. Yeah. So with a critical success, I will say that you see where maybe the skeleton had spooked the Arcanist, and you kind of pick up for part of the ritual, and you're able to supplement it with some extra magic, and you are able to help her finish the final end of the ritual. And as you do, this glowing power emanates out of the stone and kind of brushes outwards, and the skeleton falls to the ground lifeless as well. So you've completed the ritual, it's ended, and the carriage also comes falling back down to the ground as the keystone vibrates with arcane energy. The clearing is quiet once again. Back inside the treehouse, not even an hour later, the keystone sits suspended carefully above a rumbling fire in the hearth. The Arcanist, who looks even older now than she did before, sits cross-legged in an overstuffed chair. There is an exhaustion in her voice as she speaks.
You fought hard. I'm not surprised, of course. The king keeps good company. I'm very glad you were all there.
And you can kind of spend the evening chit-chatting with her, and she lets you know that like the keystone is going to take like a week, maybe more, for things to settle, and that she's going to have to keep her eyes on it to make sure it doesn't like develop cracks or structural problems or become sentient.
Oh, what?
All the things you don't want to have happen to your keystones for your magical border wall, essentially. So in the meantime, after you rest and gather yourselves, you have a nice meal and a warm bath, and she says,
I have one more thing to ask of you.
and she turns and she kind of pauses for a second and says, like,
No, I think I've kind of asked you all for a lot, actually. I'd like to maybe return the favor first before I ask you for something else. Croaks, you don't seem so comfortable in your skin. And I wonder if this would help.
and she hands you a book that appears to be bound in a magical facsimile of mouse fur.
Says if you read this, you might just feel a bit more at home with yourself.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. Really appreciate that.
Sure thing. You don't want to open it now. You're just gonna wait. That's cool. You can wait.
You
till
want me to
later.
read it right now in
I mean,
front
you
of you?
could, yeah, it's
like a
very
whole
cool.
book?
It's like one page.
You gave me a whole book for one page? I mean,
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I'll open it up then, and I'm going to do it super awkwardly now because she's made a whole show of it in front of everybody. I'm just going to like look. Oh, okay.
And you don't even notice this, but like the second you open this book, all of you see that Croaks turns back into a mouse.
Whoa!
What the
my
hell?
gosh.
They turned you into a mouse?
Oh my god!
A mouse folk, rather.
Soft paw mouse folk. That's yeah. This is me.
This is amazing.
We locked tongues.
I know. I
Thought you were making it up.
no. I mean, that would be a wild thing for me to make up.
Do you even like marble?
Yeah, no, I love marbles. What? That's not a mouse or a frog thing. That's just a me thing.
And then she turns to Max and says,
You look like you're a man who could use some family.
and she gives you a giant.
What?
Isn't that what? Did I? Shit! Wait.
No, you're right.
No, you're right.
You're right.
What a strange
It's
thing
just
to
like a
say.
lonely fuck.
You're a lonely, sad bastard.
It's true.
And she gives you like a giant, like it looks like a giant water cooler kind of a thing, but it's full of very warm water.
Oh.
And helps you kind of transfer the eggs into it. And as she does, not only Sam, but the other 10 siblings start to hatch, and you have little tadpoles in a hot water cooler or hot water thermos.
You said your name was Squeaks.
Yeah, Squeaks.
You were my frog brother I'd known. You should have Sam.
Oh,
I'm going to give you one.
You just give them away.
you're just gonna give me a sibling? Okay.
We lock tongues. Yes. Yes.
That's actually, it's kind of fitting because I don't know if I mentioned this. I lost my brother when I was a young lad. So,
Would you help me raise this one?
of course, just that one.
Would you say? Would you be happy to help?
And a tear comes to Squeak's eyes. Happy to help, brother.
And then she turns to Aara.
Says, you're looking for somebody.
I am.
I don't have a magical solution for you, but I know where you can find her, and I can tell you that your teacher is alive. There is a spire just west of here, a few hours away, and I heard rumor there. It's one of the last places anybody ever saw her here.
Wow. I worry because alive does not always mean well.
She looks at herself in a mirror.
Don't I know it? When you're ready, here's the next step, I think, to your adventure.
And gives you a map for where she thinks you can find your teacher.
She just stuffs it away.
Let us know if you need any company on that trip. We'll be there for you.
We'll let you know.
All 13 of us.
I may accept. Power in numbers, so to speak.
Power in numbers. That's the new experience you gain. Hold on. You just turned one of our party members into a mouse. What are you doing?
Well, I'm sorry, turn me back into a mouse. Like,
Back
I was
into a
mouse.
mouse?
I was a mouse.
That's how that.
Did
that
everybody
works.
know about this?
My real name's Squeaks.
I mean, he's told the story like twice since I met you about how he's a mouse. I don't know how you didn't notice.
I talk about it a lot.
What? And then that's just where it ends.
And you all, the scene fades on everybody trying to re-explain to Marlowe for the 7th time that Squeaks is Croaks, was always a mouse. With that, that's where we're going to end today's session. And I guess next time we better hope Daggerheart has mob mechanics.
Woo! That was fun.
Wow, thanks for playing this adventure, guys. That's cool. We got through all of it. Thoughts, feelings, reactions?
Feelings isn't here.
Oh, you're right. Sorry. Thoughts, reactions?
It was good. It was very different.
Yeah.
That is true. The combat would take some getting used to for me. It's not your story, but the story was good.
You didn't
I
do
agree.
it.
I did tell that story super good with you guys.
It was good. I mean, yeah, it would just take some getting used to, I think. One thing that I noticed is I started, and I think Shay mentioned it earlier, is like I started to feel discouraged to roll because I was afraid I was going to roll with hope.
Yeah.
And so I was trying to find things that I could do that didn't involve rolling.
Yeah.
So it
I
kind
saw
of
some of that happening too at the table. It becomes like differently stressful to make
Mhm.
a roll. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that helps balance it out a little bit, though. Like, to counteract the lack of initiative, you're a little more careful about what you're doing.
Oh, that's true.
And because you don't have spell slots, right? Like, in theory, I could just keep using the same spell over and over again if I wanted to, but it's the fact that you have to roll every time.
Yeah.
But that is another thing. As a caster, I feel very limited in what I can do.
Yeah.
That's something that I don't really like a lot. I wish that there were more options for spellcasters specifically. But I mean, that's a minor thing for me.
I wonder too, like, how much of it comes down to domain. Because what are your domains as a sorcerer?
I have Arcana and Midnight.
Okay. Yeah, mine are Codex and Splendor, which are two completely different ones.
Yeah.
And I felt like mine had some pretty good options of like spells to cast. Because I had a few domain effects where it was like one effect, but like 3 options within.
Yeah, Sorcerer doesn't. I mean, Arcana has some spell. Like I could have chosen the Chaos Bolt or whatever, but Midnight is very like rogue-esque.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And so I kind of choose between those two. So I have a couple of like rogue-y things, which I think is weird for a sorcerer.
You can also choke slam somebody. That's like one of the spells.
That is one of the
You can get
things.
real close to someone and just choke slam them.
Damn,
That's pretty
Kane?
rad. Dang.
It's real random. Yeah.
Speaking of Kane, Mr. Kane, how'd you feel about it from the more like, you were the more like melee character for this, I think. Well, you were the protector, the guardian, really.
That was great. That was great. No, I thought it was. Are you just combat specifically?
No, I mean the whole thing in general. Yeah.
I liked I like being a frog person. That was fun.
That was really
I
cute.
like the options.
You guys
and,
did
like, character
amazing
creation.
stuff with the fact that your characters were frogs. Jeez, it was so fun.
What a coincidence, too.
Are the odds? And then with the character creation, I really like the experience section. How it's like free form, so you can kind of add like any flavor to your character to like build them out and help with rolls.
And it came in handy several times, like your guys' experience things. You like, I think all of you burned at least one hope to do an. Oh well,
No, I'm the only one that didn't.
just kidding.
Yeah.
I couldn't find a way.
Yeah. I think I used it once. I did find it hard with the other ones, like to kind of mix them in. I think there's a thing you can like change them out later, like during long rests or something, like once you've kind of got a better sense. But yeah, it's kind of hard to know up front, like, you know, what's going to come in handy.
And then as far as combat, like all my attacks are just like one enemy, right? So I don't know that I want to risk the team's turn by going when they have like you cooked 3 fools with one move, which is insane and something I can't do.
Yeah, I feel like the magic casters, maybe it's the style of this adventure that we were playing, but it feels like they had way more of an impact than the brawler types.
Yeah.
for this.
And I don't know if that's because I went defensive, because I mean the I am your shield like helped a lot with like defending and taking damage.
That also kept that last thing from really dragging on. Like you stepping in the way of her getting hit every time, like that would have caused the counter timer to go back up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, what is Squeak's gonna do about your armor? He doesn't have a tongue anymore.
Oh yeah, Squeaks can't lick your armor clean.
We'll raise Sam. Sam will take his place.
Sam's whole job is just going to be armor liquor.
That's his experience, armor buffer.
So I just felt like
He's a fluffer.
I don't know,
Oh.
like guilty to take turns, I guess, or not wanting to take turns, and instead being like the only like defensive. Like I feel like that was my only utility.
Yeah. What about you, Daniel? You've been very politely sitting there, waiting your turn.
Yeah, I think that actually kind of it summarizes my experience with it. It's like with the group I played before with, I always thought it would be like tough for someone just to be an asshole and just like take over. That'd be the hard part. But it's weird to see the opposite happen where we're like, okay, it's your turn. Does anyone else want to go? Oh, okay, I guess I'll go now. And it's a lot of like, it's like being too polite in improv, and that's that vibe when you're doing
you were
action.
kind of driving the interactions sometimes too. Like you would stop and like, Max, what are you gonna do? I want to do something right now.
Yeah. I was just like, it's a weird thing where it's just like, oh man, you got to keep everyone pushing them to keep going while making sure like there's a balance. And without the initiative tracker, that kind of messes with it, but it also gives it a little bit more free flow on what you want to do. Because, for example, when Chris summoned his servant, he could make it attack right away if he wanted to, which was really nice. You didn't have to wait for like his next action to roll around, and he could have been punched in the face 3 times.
And narratively, it doesn't make sense to not let somebody just do that. So I do think it does give you a lot more freedom for that kind of stuff.
For sure. I can also see the fear thing, like kind of being like hindering people. They're like, oh, I don't want to roll to make a dice action that could hinder the group. But that's also part of the storytelling. It's just like you have to be okay with getting fear.
Yeah.
I overall really like Daggerheart. I think it's really well made. It's very easy to get people into, because if I had to, like, we were kind of learning the game as we were playing today. And I know for a fact if I was doing like D&D 5e, it would be a lot more chaotic and a lot more me monologuing about how the rules work to people, and like that's not fun.
Yeah, it's definitely easier to pick up. From a DM perspective, I found it very different. Not as hard as I thought it was going to be, but not super easy either.
To be fair, you made it harder for yourself by leveling us up to 3.
That part was fine, honestly. Like you guys having like the most impact that had was you had more decisions that you guys could make and stuff like that. It was more the simple mechanics of like keeping track of the fear correctly, and then the way that the enemy stuff is laying out in the app is really tough to like. You either have to memorize everything about the enemies in your first pass, or you have to be really good at scrolling to find the guy for the thing. So it was a little challenging to keep track of what I could do tactically, and I saw myself making all kinds of mistakes that ended up being fine in the long run.
Yeah.
But it's more complex to start, like to just kind of get your head around. But that I felt like maybe like the first like 45 minutes in afterwards, like after we got past the first like battle and then the sort of exploring, I felt like I had a better sense of it. And then towards the end of the final battle encounter, which I loved you helping the Arcanist as a way to try to wrap things up instead of worrying about killing all the baddies. I thought that was a really neat thing to play with. But I just like that, like when we got towards the end of all of that, I felt like, okay, I get the sense of fear and moving in between and how to be thoughtful of like storytelling and like, I don't know, it's different things to worry about. It's like going between Mac and Windows operating systems almost.
Yeah. How did you feel about using like the hope versus fear consequence with the rolls?
I like it. I mean, honestly, if you think about it conceptually, it's not too different from just rolling a d20, depending on how you set your difficulty scaling. So I think it's just 6 of 1, but I love the one thing that I think is really cool about this that I didn't think I would think was cool is the currency exchange of like spending a fear to do a thing to interrupt your cool ass scene where you're trying to fly and grab the guy, right? You're like, no, here's my dick move. I thought I wouldn't like that, but it's a great substitute for initiative. I thought it was a really nice way of being able to manipulate the situation.
Yeah, the fear resource system, I think, is a great way to solve one of the problems that I often find in D&D where, like, the players will feel like the DM's just dicking them for no reason, and there's no, like, they're just doing it because they're God in the game. And it's like, now I have to spend fear to dick you. So it's like, at least you had to use resources.
That's right. No free dick for these guys.
Exactly.
I wanted to add just one thing about the hope and fear system
Yeah.
because like it definitely, almost not hindered like combat, but definitely, gets into your head. But
Yeah.
I do like it in general because it also like it encouraged me to do actions that I might not otherwise do.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, when we play D&D, like I'm usually not the first one to go like investigate something or try and do an insight. And here I was kind of like, well, I'm going to investigate because good or bad, like something's going to fucking happen from it, you
Right.
know, whether it benefits Josh or us. Like, it's just kind of fun to
Yeah.
have that like roll of the dice. And then I was going to comment on the combat system, but like, I don't think I ever really got hit. So like the damage, like I don't think I ever got hit, but it did seem from like when we kept attacking that wraith, like probably easier to keep track of because you don't have to worry about like 19 damage and like adding up. It's just like, okay, 1 to 3 HP depleted, and once that's all gone, done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. That's way easier to keep track of. Like, I love the damage thresholds, and that just takes a couple of markers off. I feel like stuff like that, there would be maybe an interesting middle ground if you could homebrew something like that into a D&D-ish campaign. It would really simplify a lot of worrying about combat.
I liked the, and I don't know if this is Daggerheart specific or just the story or what, but the wraiths, how they like made you tell like a traumatic memory. I feel like that's
the memory delve thing. Yeah, that was one of their spells.
such a great way to like force like more character details and more, I don't know, backstory for the players' characters. I thought that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I was glad I finally got one off. I really wanted to get a bad memory from Squeaks, but we got something in there, so that was good.
I had to come up with something where she Thanos snapped the room, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Hearts, I generally think you did a great job. It's super fun playing with you as a DM, and overall, I think you adapted to Daggerheart really well, really quickly. This quick start adventure, having run it myself and read it as well, it's actually a solid template for new DMs to learn from because it kind of covers all the basics.
Yeah, it kind of teaches you to play it as you're playing it.
Yeah, it teaches you to play it, and also it teaches you how to get your players to engage because there's a lot of times like, oh, have your players come paint the scene with you.
Yeah, I love the little things like ask your players this question or stuff like that.
Those are all really good tips for a DM, and it gives you like a lot. Like, yeah, it's really tough because like this game's combat mechanics is a little chunky, but I mean, you can read through it and like kind of get an idea of like how to run the combat from it still. Like, it's not like you go D&D and like, here's how you run goblins, and then it's like, all right, now here's a dragon with legendary actions and like 13 evolutions or something. Like, that's fun. So I like that. But Wish, I definitely would love to play this more. I can't wait to see what Critical Role and Darrington Press come up with and how this changes. But overall, I think it's a very solid system and great for people wanting to get into TTRPGs for the first time. And especially if you want to do more roleplay focused ones.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely like more digestible than like 5e.
Oh, man. Just real quick, one last tangent. I brought someone in to play D&D 5e once. They wanted to play a magic class, and they saw the spell list, and they were just like, nope, I don't want to play anymore. I'm like, God damn it.
So I guess that is one way that they made spells a lot easier. I just like the choices.
Yeah. I mean, the flavoring is brilliant in this. Like, there's a lot of really cool stuff that the characters can do.
I haven't run it myself yet, so I don't know it as well as you guys from a DM perspective. I've read through it and I've watched some videos and stuff, but that's about the extent of my experience. But looking forward to it maybe sometime.
Apart from Daggerheart, I just want a big shout out to all of you guys for the fun characters. And even Daniel, like yours being a pre-written character, like I feel like you definitely made it your own.
Yeah, somehow I don't think any other Marlows have blood marbles.
Yeah, blood marbles and dummy thick. Yep.
And dummy thick, yeah. So just thanks for that. And the role playing is always like one of my favorite parts of these. So really fun character interactions throughout.
I really like the two versions of Calm Under Pressure.
Yeah, honestly, that was great.
So funny.
I'm only calm when David Bowie is singing.
I'm only calm when Vanilla Ice is getting sued over a David Bowie song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought everything else was great. Everything was
Yeah.
great.
All right.
All right. Well, I think you guys are all great. Thank you for playing this with me. We will definitely be messing with the Daggerheart rule set again at some point in the future. And this wraps up our fun, very special bonus episode of Crash Course DM. We are going to be still kicking Daniel out for a month of April, and we will be recording some stuff with Chris as our dungeon master.
Won't this episode release in April, probably?
Maybe, yeah. So by the time this episode is out, we will have asked Daniel not to come to the game table for 4 weeks. No, Daniel's taking some time off, so we're gonna pivot out of the main adventure and work on some stuff and switch up the DM style a bit. So, looking forward to see what Chris brings to the table. We'll figure out what we're gonna produce and put together for that. But there will be a few sessions where we'll be running an adjusted adventure party with another very special guest. So,
New challenger.
yeah.
Crash Course DM is brought to you by Anything You Can Do. We release new episodes every other week on your favorite podcasting platform and YouTube. Word of mouth is our best friend right now, so please tell your friends, your family, and your enemies all about the show. Catch you in a couple of weeks.
Any marble larger than the majority may be termed a boulder, bonker, masher, plumper, popper, shooter, thumper, smasher, taw, bumbo, croc, bamboozer, bowler, tonk, tronk, godfather, tombowler, forer, giant, dauber, daubert, or biggie. And a marble smaller than the majority is a peewee or a mini.
They only have 2 names, that's it.
There you go.